Try to read them all.
I would be down.
We're
Man.
alive. Welcome. Start off with coughing. All right. Welcome, everyone, to the Comlink Chatter podcast. Today we will be going through. Hello,
Marcel.
Today we will be going through Outlander, The Exile of Shard Het. Something I did realize was that whenever they were releasing these in single issues, they did, I think it was like 1 of 6, 2 of 6, and then it was like issue number 9. And I remember whenever I was collecting the single issues, I was very confused because I was like, wait, it says Outlander, but it also says Star Wars. Like, what is this? It's confusing. But basically, they just rebranded it to Star Wars, and then later they would rebrand it to the Republic comics. And so I think at the beginning of the summer, we had done Prelude to Rebellion and also the
Darth Maul.
Oh, yeah, we did Darth Maul. We did
Emissaries to Malastare?
No, we didn't do that one. That one will probably be coming up next if we want to. So, a little bit of backstory for this comic. It was not written by who's the main one that wrote Legacy? Was it John Ostrander?
John Ostrander, yeah.
Me.
So, let's see.
It was written by Tim Truman, right?
I believe so. And did he write any other Star Wars things?
I think he wrote some Tales stuff as well, and maybe some other issues of Star Wars.
So, let's see.
I believe Tim Truman also wrote the Hyperspace 4 issues.
Okay.
I think. Let me double check that right now.
Yeah, it looks like he did. He wrote a bunch of arcs. He wrote Outlander with 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then he wrote the next arc as well. He wrote issues 13, 14, 15. Which that arc was Emissaries to Malastare arc.
So Outlander was 5 issues, or was it 6?
It looks like it was 6.
Yeah. It's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12.
Okay.
And then he wrote Emissaries to Malastare from 13 to 18. And then he wrote 28 right after Star Crash. So he wrote Hunt for Aura Singh as well. He wrote Bounty Hunters Aura Singh, and he wrote one of the episode 1 tie-in comics.
Yes.
So he wrote quite a lot.
He did. He did the Anakin Skywalker one, which I don't know if I've read that one. Have you guys?
I have not.
Okay.
I forget, because there was a lot of those like tie-in comics to episode 1 that took place like before or after or during, and I read some of them, but I don't know if I read the specific Anakin Skywalker one. I remember there was a lot of Padme stuff in those comics.
Yeah. All right. So I do want to introduce my my panelists here, or have them introduce themselves. I guess we'll go in the order. We'll start with you, Brendan.
I'm Brennan, Quinlan Voss. Thanks for having me, Brady.
That's it? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm Sam. Channels Cancel Me. I'm here every week pretty much. Yeah, and I appreciate the invite, man.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm Tuck West. I'm just some random guy that they pulled off the street.
Yeah. We handed you a microphone and a computer, and welcome.
Yeah, man, it's great being here.
Event.
Yeah, yeah. This is my Make a Wish. This is my Make a Wish thing.
Well, I'm honored. No.
I'm Quest. I'm the clone of Tuck West.
Oh,
Oh no.
Quest.
I'm Marcel. I go by Revanchist on YouTube, and I read other people's words out loud.
Okay.
Professionally.
And do a good job.
I
That's
don't
a
know about that.
boring way of saying that you're a narrator. But yes. Do you guys, Brendan, do you have anything new upcoming with your channel?
I have a lot of stuff coming up. I have 4 recordings with people coming up. Marcel and I, in the next month, are gonna interview an artist who worked on Supernatural Encounters. I'm continuing to break down Supernatural Encounters. I was writing the script before this. I have a video with Darth Maul that I'm scripting. And yeah, I'm kind of overwhelmed with how much I've decided I'm doing. And I'm trying to find time to do it all. So there's a lot coming up. And Sam just created a logo, and so I rebranded my channel. Thank you, Sam.
I also rebranded my channel as well. I don't know if it was last week or the week before.
I think it was last week.
It was last week. But Sam did that as well. So, Sam, do you have anything new coming?
I just make people's logos. Apparently, no, I'm playing. I have a lot of videos that I'm working on, but I'm mostly lazy. I have 4 videos that I need to edit, man. But it's 5+ hours of footage that I gotta cut down, and
Yeah.
I just be lazy to do that. But I have a Starfield video coming up. I have a KOTOR video coming up.
Nice.
I have a Minecraft video coming up, and I have another Destiny video coming up, and some other stuff that I can't even remember. And I'm gonna stream tomorrow, probably Starfield or Red Dead, one of the two. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Tuck, do you have a YouTube channel? Do you have content that you make?
No, I usually stay off of social media. I'm usually like a lurker on YouTube channels.
All right.
Tuck's full-time content creation is making us laugh in the Discord servers.
Well,
I
all
try
right.
to anyway. Doesn't always work.
All right. Marcel, do you have anything new upcoming that you would like to promote?
Yeah, I have a few really minor short RPG stories coming up from West End Games, taking place in the KOTOR era, and I also have recorded, but I have not yet edited Despotica Part 1, which is going to be pretty cool to get that out there finally, because I met Michael Kogi, who wrote it, over the weekend, and he thought it was funny that I read his stories on my YouTube channel. It's kind of cool. And there's something else I have planned regarding Supernatural Encounters. I was speaking to Brennan about, so hopefully that'll come soon. Other than that, it's really just finding time to do all this.
Nice. Very nice. All right. So we're going to dive into this. So what we're going to do is we're going to separate this in, well, we're going to have a non-spoiler section here at the beginning. We're going to kind of give our thoughts and some things that we liked about the comics as a whole. And then afterwards, we're going to kind of go into a deep dive, but we're also going to be spoiling some storylines from the comic series Star Wars Legacy. And so if you're listening to this, watching this, and you don't want to be spoiled those things, just kind of watch the beginning part. Once you read Legacy, or at least up to, I think it's, I don't know what issue it is, but it's, I think the 7th storyline.
In Claws of the Dragon, I think.
Yeah.
So that's the 5th storyline.
Okay.
No, sorry, third story arc.
Only the 3rd. Okay. And so once you get to there, and you want to come back here, you can do that. But if you want to be spoiled and you're okay with that, totally fine. I was spoiled the big twist, which we'll get
Me
into.
too.
Same.
Yeah, me three.
Honestly, it made me want to read this even more. Um, because I mean, it was just, yeah, it made me want to
Humble
read it.
beginnings.
Made it more essential.
So you know what's funny is that I'm not going to mention it because we're non-spoilers right now, but I knew about the big twist,
Yeah.
but it was like a case of mistaken identity. So when I was reading this, I didn't realize what the big twist was, or at least I thought it applied to something else. And when I was thinking about it afterwards, I realized, oh wait, that was for that person, and then I had to go back and reread it because I completely forgot about it.
Do you guys see Matt on
Hello.
the
Yes.
on the chat?
Oh man.
Oh man.
I'm no comment.
If only Alex was here.
Smart.
To honor.
Smart.
So, Brandon, what is your non-spoil review, kind of summoning up what you think of the Outlander storyline, the exile of Shardhet? What do you think there?
So,
doesn't have to be too long. But.
I think in regards to Outlander, one thing I want to highlight at the beginning is the art is beautiful. I think the art is really well done throughout Outlander, specifically in regards to the fight sequences. I think they're depicted very well here. I believe this is kind of the first stories revolving around Aura Singh here, right? Aura Singh appears in this. And it's kind of the first time outside of episode 1 where she appears, right?
Right. I think that she shows up in some of the Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon comics, I think.
Okay. Aurorian Express?
Yeah, I think it's that one.
Okay, so this is kind of early Aura Singh stuff, so it's kind of cool to get to like find out a bit about her character. I have a video coming up about a source book that I got with Aura Singh. They made a 128-page hardcover source book about Aura Singh that was written by Ryder Wyndham, and it references Outlander and Hunt for Aura Singh and all these comics in there. Right. So it's really cool to kind of have the perspective of like who she was as a character early on. Like she's pretty well known now, but back then she was kind of an open sandbox that they were learning to play with. I also think the Jedi are all characterized really, really well here, and Sharad Het is an extremely interesting character. Right. So that's just kind of my general thoughts.
All right. Sam, what do you think? General thoughts, no spoilers for Legacy.
Okay, I'm gonna start by spoiling Legacy. So basically, Sharad Het is I liked it. I like the art, especially for the time. I feel like some old comic art just doesn't look as good, or it's like super busy and it makes like my brain tired. But yeah, I really like the art. It's kind of like modern but still vintage in a way.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah. I also love the covers of it. The covers are very like old school. I really like that about it. But overall I really liked it. I don't think I would rank it as high as some of the other comics that we've read, just because there's a lot of like talking sometimes, and I just feel like it didn't need, like there's this one part on the last issue where Ara Singh is just going on and on and on and on about this thing, and I'm like, you really didn't have to say half of that. Like you could have just cut to the chase, you know.
But Mundi prattles on for some long narratives as well.
Yeah, I just feel like it's too much like monologuing, you know. But other than that, I liked it. Also some of the fight scenes, I wish it was more like focused on the fighting instead of like monologuing, you know. Like it's just too much sometimes, but I really liked it. I actually didn't like Kiadi. I thought he was kind of annoying, but I actually liked him on this. Brandon's face.
Yeah, you didn't like him in Prelude?
Is that what it comes before this? Because I
Yeah.
didn't read it.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't read it.
It's not very essential to the story, but it just kind of builds to his character a little bit.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean, it's his
No,
backstory.
no. I mean Kiadi like in the movies and
Oh,
I guess
yeah.
like TCW too, but
Okay.
that's not
Yeah.
even
This
like
is all
my
like
canon.
droid attack on the Wookiees kind of deal,
Yeah,
where he
like
basically
I
just
just
sits
thought he
on the
was
council,
annoying.
tells Anakin he's afraid, gets shot in the back.
Hmm.
So the thing with Mundi is they hyped him up so much because the Prelude to Rebellion was the one before this. That came out before Phantom Menace, and then this came a little bit after. And so they hyped him up so much, and then he was only in the movie, and he had 2 or 3 lines.
For like
Like
2
he was the
seconds.
only, yeah, he was the only Jedi that talked that wasn't Yoda and
Mace.
Mace Windu, yeah. But this definitely
You know,
adds a lot more character to, especially him, how he is in the Clone Wars micro series. I feel,
mhm.
Yeah,
which he's
I
for
liked him
sure.
on this. I liked him on this. I didn't like him before, but I
I
actually grew to like him on this. That's what I meant.
Did you like him in Prelude to Rebellion as well, Sam?
I didn't read it just because
Oh,
and I'll tell you why I didn't read it. It's because of what I was telling you about that. I couldn't find the comics because I got confused
okay.
because of like Republic. I literally found the comics at like it's 9:08 right now. I found the comics at like 5 and I had to go to the gym at 6. So I read like 7, 8, 9, 10, and half of 11, and then I went to the gym and then I was reading it before stream started. So I literally couldn't read much more than that. But I liked it. Are we supposed to give it like a rating 1 out of 10?
I mean, I guess you can if you'd like
I think it would be like a 7.
a
I'd
7.
I'd give it an 8 personally.
I'd probably put it, or I'll go into that later. Tuck, what do you think?
Well, I'll say that to preface this, I was not a big fan of Prelude to Rebellion.
Okay.
I thought that it was very slow paced. There was a lot of filler in that arc. So coming to Outlander, where off the bat there's a lot of things going on. There's a lot of action. You have the Tuscans raiding the camps, like the human camps, and there's a lot of intrigue with this character of Sharad Het. You don't know if he's a good guy or like a fallen Jedi, or you don't know what's going on with him. And to see the council ask the same questions, like hey, what's going on with this guy, we need to figure it out. And then you get to Tatooine and you follow Kiadi, and just seeing his interactions with the Tuscans, Sharad, learning about his son and their relationship, and learning a lot about the Tuscan culture was probably my favorite part of the comic, as well as the lightsaber duels at the end of the comic were really good too.
Yeah.
But I will say there was a bit of a pacing issue with a lot of exposition. There would be times where I'd flip the page, right, and I'd see like half the page were just text bubbles, and I was like, oh boy, here we go. But yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the art.
Okay.
The art is kind of secondary, in my opinion. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. I really liked Sharad's character. I really liked how Asharad was introduced.
For sure.
Yeah. Marcel, what did you think?
I did not like it. I thought it was contrived that Kiadi Mundi would go to Tatooine of all planets, where Anakin Skywalker is currently in that
Okay.
comic.
Okay.
Um, I thought that it was very slow paced. And I don't really care for Ki-Adi-Mundi, although, I mean, like, you got to feel sorry for the guy who has 7 wives.
So
What?
actually, this takes place after the events of the Phantom Menace, and
Oh,
they
wait, does
mention
it?
It does?
It does because
Yeah, I'm
they
pretty sure they mention
they say
Anakin,
that he
right?
has a lightsaber, and they're worried about him being like a Sith Lord, or even the Grand Sith Lord having a new apprentice.
Oh, yeah.
And so that's why they sent Ki-Adi-Mundi, because he didn't know Shahard,
Sherrod.
Shard, very much, or at all, and they were basically wanting him to not hesitate to kill him.
Yeah,
If
no,
they
but
didn't want
by
a
this
new
point,
Sith.
what's his face? Qui-Gon is dead already. I
Yes,
think they mentioned that.
So the interesting thing is, wasn't this written in 1998?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that have been before The Phantom Menace came out in theaters?
Yeah.
Spoilers? I
Well,
mean, but if you think about it, what's it called? The Lego, the complete saga came out before
Episode
Revenge of
3.
the Sith.
Yeah.
So you
Right.
could literally play through the movie before you even watched it.
Well, the video game came out before that.
And the book.
Yeah, the book did too.
That's absolutely wild. I didn't realize that. One thing
Yeah.
I will say about these early stories like Outlander and Prelude to Rebellion is that the interesting thing about them, despite the fact that I don't find them to be particularly compelling, is that they demonstrate someone's interpretation of what the prequel Jedi are before they really got fleshed out. And so from a historical perspective, it's kind of interesting to go back and read them because we have so much more information now about what a prequel Jedi is like and, you know, what Ki-Adi-Mundi and the Jedi Council members are like. And that's not necessarily what's adapted or represented in the earliest issues of the Republic run. So it's kind of interesting to look at it from that perspective and see what this what this particular writer's perspective was on prequel Jedi.
I think that in the early Republic issues, when it was just called Star Wars, I think that they really portrayed the prequel Jedi, like pre-episode 1 and post, all the way up to like Quinlan Vos and Twilight. They really portrayed them as warriors, like really. Like they're all warriors. Is really how a lot of them are portrayed in these early arcs.
So this, I don't know why I don't know if you guys.
Huh?
Hello?
I'm still here.
Sorry. Hello. Okay. So my Wikipedia, I have it pulled up, but ads keep popping up, and I keep hitting mute, but they keep playing ads, and they're loud. I don't even
Download ad blocker, bro.
Yeah, gotta do that. But so this issue number 1, came out 1 month after the Phantom Menace. So it was written, but it was released after.
Okay.
Really, Wikipedia says it was 98.
So whenever it says 98, that is what they label the
when they first started to come out, like issue 1.
Yes.
Okay.
Because there's 2 mainline Star Wars comics. So there's the original Marvel run,
77.
and then there's the 77 run, and then the 98 run. And so that's why they label it Star Wars 98.
But we're not going to talk about the 2015 run. We're going to forget that exists.
What?
Yeah, so the first issue was published June 23rd, 1999.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Because I think all of them are labeled Star Wars 1999 or 1998 until they do the rebranding to
Republic.
Yeah, the Republic.
That's why I couldn't find them, man. Nobody told me that. Everybody's like, "Oh yeah, it's Star Wars Republic." I'm like searching the internet crazy for it, and I couldn't find it.
Yeah, I was confused. I knew Emissaries to Malastare takes place after Phantom Menace because Sebulba's in that. Spoilers.
Right.
But I didn't realize this one did as well.
Yeah. I mean, these came out in '99. I feel like if someone wants to read them, you know, they should have by now. I guess I don't know, but so my thoughts on this, my non-spoilers for Legacy. I thought that this was a pretty good introduction to a lot of the storylines, to like what's going to come later in the Star Wars run, with Aura Singh, her master, and Shahar, or no, Ashard head?
Asherad, yeah.
Asherard head. Some of his story moving forward and different things there. I did like Kiari Mundi. It makes him more relatable. I like it whenever he's in the spotlight. I'm a little upset that later on he gets shoved aside for other characters, though I like those other characters.
Yeah, well, Quinlan Voss definitely deserved the spotlight more than
He
Kiadi.
did.
Oh, 100%.
I'm a little biased, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a little.
A little bit.
Maybe, perhaps.
I should have started my channel as Kitty Mundi. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I do think that Quinlan Thorne, Asherad, I think those characters are generally more interesting than Kiadi.
I would agree.
But you know, I'm glad that we got what we got with Kiadi. I'm also glad that he wasn't the focus like the entire time.
Right. Yeah. This did make me really like Tusken Raider culture. I also really like the tie-ins with this stuff with the Kenobi book by John Jackson Miller.
Yeah.
There were quite a few crossing between it.
I think we can definitely say for sure that John Jackson Miller read these.
Yes.
Oh, for sure.
For sure. This kind of makes me want to cosplay as, one of the Hets, or even a Tusken Raider.
They did a better job of showing Tusken Raider culture than the book of, what's that guy's name?
Jodo Cash.
What did I say last stream? No, what did I say last stream, Brady?
It was Jodo Cash. Book of Jodo
The
Cash.
book of Jodo Cash, yes. That's not Boba Fett, bro. That's not Boba Fett.
Fake Boba Fett.
The Boba Fett there isn't even as interesting as Jodo Cast. That's why he's Jodo Cash.
True.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there you go. Jodo Cash. There you go. Like that.
The book of Jodo Cash.
So I would probably put this at like a 7.5. It better than Prelude to Rebellion.
I agree.
But not as good as like the Blood Ties series that we went over last week. Definitely not as good as Open Seasons.
Nah, that's a 10 out of 10.
Yeah,
Open
Open Seasons.
I have nothing to complain about that.
Right.
Yeah, Open Seasons is pretty solid.
I'm gonna give this. Well, I'm gonna give Prelude to Rebellion like a 3 out of 10.
Oh,
I'm gonna give this one a. I'm gonna give this one I think an 8.5 out of 10.
Okay.
Yeah, fair enough.
So wait,
Mainly because it's not Prelude to Rebellion.
Wow, you really don't like Prelude to Rebellion, man.
I do not like it. It literally, you know that one like comic strip where it's like, Jesus told them the truth, and then it's like they're telling him to shut up or whatever.
Yeah, of course.
And it's like, but he was right. There was literally a scene where there's literally a scene like that in the comic.
There was.
Yeah, I remember that.
He was telling the truth, but they denied him.
Doesn't that make it amazing though? No, I didn't care for Prelude either.
In an ironic sort of way, yes.
What do you guys think of Vow of Justice? That's like the side story in the back of each issue.
Well, I'll say this: it wasn't Prelude to Rebellion, so it was pretty good.
Yeah. I would rate Prelude to Rebellion like a 5 out of 10, and I'd probably give this like a 6 to 6.5 out of 10.
What did you think of Vow of Justice, Marcel?
Yeah, you know what? I thought it was like a nice little addition, to be honest with you.
Okay. Well, I think we should rename Paul S. Kemp's #1 fan to Prelude to Rebellion's #1 hater.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna do that for sure.
Fair
Have
enough.
you guys read Acts of War?
Yeah, it's really
I love that one.
We'll eventually have to go through that. I don't know the comics very well in chronological order. Titus here said that it takes place before this, and it explains.
Acts of War is before episode 1 as well.
I think
Yes.
I think Acts of War is also before Prelude to Rebellion, if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken.
It might
You
be.
hate
Yeah,
that, right?
because Kiadi gets on.
What, Acts of War?
No, Prelude to
Oh
Rebellion.
yeah, no, I hate it. Hate it. If I can, I want to treat it like George Lucas treats holiday special. Every copy of that I find, I'm gonna burn it and I'm gonna throw it in the trash.
Wow, I know who I'm not letting over to see my bookshelves.
Yes.
Oh no, your copy's fine. Your copy's fine. I'll only throw it in the trash as a symbolic gesture and then pull it back out.
Wow. I mean, I never thought Prelude was the strongest, but I don't know. I thought there were good parts. Like me, Alex, and Brady and Marcel. Wait, how many? We all covered Prelude, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, that was fun. I enjoyed talking about it.
I like the planet. What's the planet called? Sarita, right?
So, yeah.
Yeah, the planet is cool. I just wish that, I wish the story was better. And I wish they didn't go to Tatooine.
Yes. That's probably
Because
why I thought it happened beforehand, before episode 1, because I was like, oh man, they're back at Tatooine again.
Yeah.
This nice
Well,
Star
it
Wars
only
be
gets
like.
worse in the new canon.
Which tells you how strong this is, because I despise Tatooine, and yet I still thought this was a really good story.
Do you hate Sand Tuck?
Oh yeah, and man, it's coarse, it's rough, it's irritating, and it literally gets everywhere.
That's
I don't
true.
like it.
Don't watch my my review of my Lego Tatooine mock. Whenever I make
Oh.
I'll have to skip out on that.
because I want to have.
I'm just kidding.
I want to take a scene from this story arc and make it a Lego display.
Oh, that would actually be really cool.
That's so sick.
I can tell you where to buy the figs, bro. I got you.
Can we talk about the error that happened between issues?
Yes, I believe it is. Is it issue 2 and 3?
I think so. It's with Kiadi.
Yes. Let's see.
But there's a continuity error?
Yeah.
You use a mess.
There were some here too.
I'm glad it was jettisoned.
Yeah, it was a mess of contradictions.
Mess of contradictions. It's much better now. There's no contradictions whatsoever in the new timeline. So
It's not as bad as
not at all.
What Dave Filoni did to his own continuity.
How dare you say his name?
if there is like tiers in the new canon, like there must be like an F canon for like Filoni canon. There has to be.
No, that's George Lucas's canon. This is what he wanted from the beginning.
Yeah, Dave Filoni is his Padawan, basically.
Yes.
Yeah.
I hate Filoni so much.
And we know who Dave Filoni's Padawan is. It's Henry Gilroy.
Basically, they had a. I hope no. I don't know if any of you guys are Ahsoka the show fans or anything, but they contradicted the fact that because they did a Clone Wars flashback, and they had young Ahsoka, and this was supposed to be one of her first battles.
Was it in live action?
Yes.
Yeah, and it looked like shit in my opinion. I saw a couple screenshots.
Hayden showed up again, which I saw the clip of it, and I was like, you know what? They should have casted him in the TV show because him talking to Ahsoka worked a lot better than, Mr. Jock Anakin from the Clone Wars show. But she's dressed a lot more appropriately, which I'm like, that's good. But it does. I think they were supposed to be on Teth from the Clone Wars movie. It was a flashback to that kind of flashback vision thing. And
Great movie, by the way.
I hate that movie. Get out of here! Get out of here! Get him out of here!
Let's stop.
Stinky the Hut.
Let's stop talking about this and talk about the Clone Wars movie. It's a fantastic film. I'm kidding. So between issue number 8 and number 9, which would be for this story arc 2 and 3, if you want to, would you be able to go to that, Sam?
Wait. I zoned out. What'd you say?
The end of issue, what was it? 3, 2, into 2.
Yeah, one second.
He totally legitimately bought these guys for you guys watching, right?
Yep. I saw the receipt.
What the hell is that?
Right. I saw it said Marvel Unlimited at the top, right?
Yeah. I think so.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wait. Sorry.
Well,
this. Oh no. This is Prelude to Rebellion.
Yeah, this is Prelude to Rebellion.
You said issue 3.
I did.
You said 8 and 9.
Issue 8.
It was issue 3 of the arc.
Okay. Now I understand. So wait, so 9, right?
Yes.
9 or 8?
8. Go to 8. It's the last.
I'd like to amend my previous rating of Prelude to. I would like to quickly amend my previous rating to Prelude to Rebellion to upwards because there's an Ortolan in that issue.
Yes.
True.
And he's a Force
This
Ghost
is
at
the
the end.
Ortolan fan, the Max Rebo fan himself.
Okay, so the last panel right there. Look at how he is. He's got his mask on. This is the continuity error you're talking about, right?
Yeah. I can't see the screen. Hold on.
Oh, okay.
How do I fix that? It's just like a loading circle on my screen.
I don't know.
You might
I can stop sharing and share again if you want.
I mean, I'll just assume that you guys are on the right page.
With his mask, right?
Yeah. He's got his mask on, and then in the next page, which is the first page of the next issue, it's not there.
Yeah, it's just gone.
Wait. Oh yeah.
Well, you know what happened to it? It disappeared with Filoni magic.
What if it blew off in the wind?
Here's what happened. The
The
Ahsoka
whole
show.
mask.
Just
She goes
Big
into
guts of
World
wind.
Between Worlds, goes to the Legends continuity. She needs something to breathe with. She takes it through it, puts the mask on, saves her, and that's why she comes back as Ahsoka the White instead of
I
Ahsoka
really
the
want to
Gray.
cry right now, bro. With you.
Wait,
with
so
you saying
Ahsoka
that.
used the World Between Worlds and Rebels, quickly saw the EU timeline, was like, let me pop in here real quick.
I
Saw
need something to
fashionable
breathe
mask, grabbed
Give me
it,
that. Joint.
put it on, ran, back into the World Between Worlds. Yeah,
Yep.
it makes sense.
Yeah,
Perfect
it was
sense.
off panel. It was off panel, so we didn't see it.
Mhm.
Yeah, of
Mhm.
course.
They're gonna release a whole book about it to to explain.
That Dave Filoni will contradict again.
Yeah,
The mask between worlds.
or they'll just like they'll write a book and then they'll make Tales from the Jedi season 2, and that'll tell the story differently, right?
Yep.
For sure.
So it's a whole episode about it.
Yeah,
40 minutes.
And
40
then
minutes of like explaining the error in Outlander.
there was so much of an error between issue 8 and 9 that they had to rebrand the whole thing.
They started a new timeline, man.
A whole new thing.
Can we just appreciate how good of a job Kiadi does of hiding his big ass head, like with the hat, and then on the other panel he had the what's it called, the hoodie, the hood on.
Yeah.
He did such a great job, man. I'm so proud of him.
He just wedged his head in there.
What
Which
Look,
until
man.
his head in there.
what's going on with that lightsaber color though?
It's purple, right?
So here's the thing.
He stole it from Mace on his way out of the temple.
Well,
Concordance of fealty.
The purple
They explain this in the next comic.
Yeah, they
which
do.
they were people were complaining that the toys from the Phantom Menace lightsaber colors were not lining up with what they were in the comics. And so what they did was they said that Jedis sometimes lend each other their lightsabers
Yeah, and it's
for
explained,
safekeeping.
and it's explained there that Eth Koth built the purple lightsaber that's eventually Mace's, and Mace originally built a blue lightsaber, but they interchanged it. That was also
They just traded like Pokemon cards, bro.
Yeah, man.
They
Wouldn't
never
that be the sickest thing ever?
They
That would be
exchanged
pretty
it as
cool,
like a
actually.
token of respect for each other. It was like, I'll carry your blade, you carry mine, and it was like respect. And they doubled down on that by also mentioning it in the character encyclopedia and in the complete encyclopedia and in some other resource guides as well.
Yeah, it's called a
Didn't-
concordance of fealty.
Didn't they also say it in Skywalkers, right? Or is that something else?
They might have. Skywalker's dealt with some lightsaber contradictions as well.
So they set up that thing, the concept of trading lightsabers in Emissaries of Malastare,
Yeah.
which came out before Attack of the Clones, which they almost set themselves up for saving. Okay, Mace Windu has a blue lightsaber in Phantom Menace, but then Samuel L. Jackson was like, I want a purple one, and so that's how great the
Samuel L. Jackson must have read this comic and seen Kiadi with the purple lightsaber.
Honestly,
Maybe.
because
Maybe he read Young Jedi Knights.
maybe
He saw Mara, he saw Jaina, he's like, that looks good.
Yeah, maybe he read. She had a purple lightsaber in By the Emperor's Hand, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
maybe
think
he
so.
read that.
which that's crazy that I don't know, he made it popular for sure,
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
but it was already around before.
Yeah. Young Jedi Knights, Emperor's Hand, this.
Which that's probably why George was like, yeah, you can have a purple one, because he read the comics for the most part.
That's true.
I think didn't Kip also have a purple one before this?
Kip did have a purple lightsaber, didn't he?
True.
Yeah, and I think Gantoris, right before he blew up. Oh, spoilers! Sorry.
No, it's fine. Before he blew
It
up.
came out before I was born. We can, for everyone that has not read Legacy, we're going to lift the spoilers. So we're in complete spoilers. This is completely open for everyone. The son, Asherad
Asherad.
Het is Darth Krayt, the main villain of Legacy.
No, I didn't know. No, I'm just
Didn't
kidding.
know?
So when I first read this, I thought for some reason Sharad Het was Darth Krayt,
Okay.
Me too, bro. Me too.
and I was so confused.
Well,
And then I had to go back and reread it. That's what I was getting at before. I had a completely different idea in my head of who Darth Krayt was.
Yes.
It's only one letter and one apostrophe of a difference between the father and son's names. So
Right.
I was very confused as well.
But also, Asherad's such a good guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he continues to be. If you read the later Republic comics, he's in the Siege of Seleucami arc with Quinlan Voss. He's in the comic with Anakin Skywalker, where Anakin is angry at him because he's a Tusken.
Yeah, he has a whole hallucination and tries to murder him in cold blood. And he's like, dude, relax.
Yeah.
There were
Just
Like,
mask
that's all
up,
he
man.
does.
Calm down.
2 interactions with Anakin he had. One was before episode 2 in
Emissaries to Malastare.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then the one in the Clone Wars when Obi-Wan allegedly died.
Yeah.
When Anakin tries to kill him, it's so funny because like he takes off his mask, and he's like, "You and I are not so different. I'm a human too."
Yeah. Because
Calm down, Jamal. Don't pull out the 9. It's Anakin.
But I love how at the end of that issue where he's like, you know, I'm not gonna spill your secret, you know, about Anakin killing the village or whatever.
he says,
And he's like,
he goes,
he goes, you're gonna think about this and hopefully you'll come to the conclusion that, you know, you won't do it again. And then the last panel is Anakin being like, I totally would.
Ooh, yeah. What happened? Okay.
Brennan has died.
Oh, that's what happened. Where'd he
His
go?
dog attacked him. Sad.
Don't worry.
There he is. He's back.
We just use the world in between worlds to bring him back. Don't worry.
There we go.
Yeah.
Telling us to be quiet. The
Anyway.
dogs can share their opinions.
Yeah, they're saying that Prelude to Rebellion's really good. Yeah.
Sounded pretty
Well,
passionate about that too.
do not give that dog a treat.
So, Sam, if you would go back to issue number 1.
I will not. No.
All
okay.
right, issue number, what is it? 5? 7?
7.
No, it's
7.
7.
I'm gonna have to head out now, Brady.
Okay.
But
Thank you
thanks
for
having
joining
me
for.
on.
Yeah, no problem.
I appreciate
Bye,
it.
man.
Yeah.
See you
Take
later.
care.
See you guys. Enjoy.
See ya.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye. All right. So, issue number 1 starts off with we see a trading post with a family that just moved to Tatooine. Why would you move to Tatooine? They must have been
Honestly, from
like-
Corellia.
exactly.
Corellia is not that bad. It's just, I don't know.
Yeah. And so they end up getting attacked by a tribe of Tusken Raiders. And then we see the leader of the Tuskens has a lightsaber. And so they're all freaking out. What do we... Sam, what do you think of this opening scene?
I like it, especially when it shows his eyes behind the goggles.
Yeah.
I really like it. Very menacing. And at this point, I forgot that he had a kid, so I was just like, "Oh man, that's Darth Crate right there."
Yeah. Well, he does have a red lightsaber in this.
Yeah. But it was
which-
more common at this time, like especially like when not at this time like in the timeline, but like when the comics were being made. 'Cause,
Yeah.
What's her face? She has a
Adigalia.
she has a red lightsaber too.
Right.
So does Leia.
Is she?
Really? I didn't
I
know
think
that.
in maybe the Corellian trilogy, which would have come out around this time.
Okay. Tuck, what did you think of this opening scene?
Oh, sorry. I was having an argument. What happened?
Oh, the opening scene of Outlander when the Tuskens attack this colony of people, this trading post with the Jawas and everything, and we're seeing this Jedi, dark Jedi. We don't know what he is, but Shardhead for the first time, and then at the end we see.
Oh, sorry.
At the end, we see Aura Singh going, interesting, a Jedi.
Yeah, I really liked the opening. There was a lot of tension. You know, weren't sure if these characters are going to make it out or not. You didn't know who this Jedi or Dark Jedi was, or if he was a Sith or not. There was a lot of intrigue that I appreciated.
Yeah.
And Aura Singh showing up, I think she's a pretty cool character. So seeing her was also fun to see. But yeah, I enjoyed the first issue.
Oh no. Marshoka the White. What did you think?
Oh God.
When I first started reading it, I was like, "Oh, great, another Tatooine Tusken Raider story." And then he busts out the lightsaber. I was like, "Oh, that's pretty cool."
Maybe.
Yeah. It is interesting, and this is kind of talking into like legacy spoilers and stuff. But it's interesting that like two of the big known Sith lords after like the Rusan Reformation were from Tatooine.
True.
Cursed planet.
It is, yeah.
It's a horrible planet. I'll never want to live there.
I don't ever want to see that planet again. I hate Tatooine, man.
So would you guys ever go to well, it's like a Airbnb or something where it's Luke's house, because that's apparently a hotel where they filmed it at.
Oh hell yeah! I would go there right now if I could.
Yeah. One of the directors for one of the new Disney Star Wars movies brought blue milk to drink there. He spilt it on the floor and stained the floor.
Oh my god!
Yeah. So we cut to the Jedi Council, and they receive a message about a Tusken with a lightsaber, and so they recognized the lightsaber, and that it was Shardhet. Am I saying that right? I'm terrible with names. I said it in my head, but then it comes out wrong.
Can we just talk about Yoda in this one panel right here?
Oh, that's not the only one that's a little
Cursed.
creepy. Like, what the heck?
This is great.
Like,
why is his forehead so big on this one? And look at him in the background.
Keep going. It keeps getting worse.
Like here he's all right. Here he looks normal for one.
Just keep going.
Man.
Watch. Here's look.
Jesus Christ, bro.
Then there's another one.
I'm gonna have nightmares.
What's worse, this one or TCW?
Nah, definitely this one. Definitely this one. Oh god. Ketamine Yoda. Making a meme about that. That's going on my meme page.
Here you go. Here's some more meme material. Anyway, so the Jedi Council here is talking about, the significance of there being a dark Jedi out there, especially when the Sith have returned, because their world was just shook. I really like how they, they're in full crisis mode. Anytime a lightsaber gets turned on and there's a holo vid of it, they're just instantly like investigating it. So they decide to send Ki-Adi-Mundi because he's the only one that doesn't know Het. And Ki-Adi-Mundi is a little stressed out because they tell him to first go to Jabba. And going back to maybe one of the best comic books ever, Prelude to Rebellion. I'm just kidding. His daughter is enslaved by Jabba, and there is a whole problem there. Now, what do you guys think of this exchange with the Jedi Council and Ki-Adi-Mundi? Him being a new somewhat new council member.
I thought it was pretty cool that he wasn't a master yet, but he was
Yeah.
on the council. I was like, Anakin Part 1, perhaps? But yeah, I thought that was cool. Also, like, isn't he old as hell at this
Let's see.
point? Maybe it's just because he has like white hair, but
Yeah, I don't know that
doesn't
he's
look
like
at him
super
as
old, but
man.
he has like wives and daughters and kids, right? So like he's not young
Yeah.
either.
Oh, true. I didn't think about it like that, but yeah, I was like, he's kind of old, bro. I thought he would be a master at this point.
Well, to be fair, I think he has been away from the council for a fair bit.
Okay.
So he was born in 93 BBY.
Oh, 1993.
So he's almost
Young.
what 60 here.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Oh, he still has his best years ahead of him.
Yeah.
Yeah, his best years are getting gunned down by a bunch of clones.
And so after this, we see a bit of the perspective of Aura Singh, and we see that she is she's been collecting lightsabers.
Sound familiar?
She was doing it before it was cool.
Yes. She's
How do you feel
"This
about that,
is a fine
Brady?"
addition to my collection. I
She
should have
says
had
that.
her as my. There we go.
She literally says that. Like, I think it's on the last issue. She literally says that.
Can we also reflect on how much more sinister Aura Singh is in the Republic comics than she ever was in TCW?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I want to slap her head. You know?
What was that?
I want to slap her head. Just clean, bro. Like, she has a dome. Just
I like you could.
Oh wow, she really does say another fine lightsaber for my collection.
Yeah.
Crazy. George really was pulling lines out of these. He pulls a line straight out of Jedi Mace Windu, like straight out of it.
It's like poetry, though. It rhymes.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not complaining. I thought it was really cool that he has like a reverence for these, tie-in comics, which was
When he feels like it.
yeah.
Well, I forget
Well,
who said it at Legends Con, but someone said George reads the comics. I think it might have been Henry Gilroy.
Yeah, I've heard that from a couple of people, but we already knew that at least up to I think 2005.
Yeah,
But past that, to see that, I don't know when Henry Gilroy started working at Lucasfilm, but it's nice to have some confirmation that he was still reading at least during the TCW run.
Yeah. I'm trying to find where does it say
I don't know exactly where it's at, but it's there.
It's in the last issue.
Oh, okay. All right. So what did you guys think of or Marcel, what did you have anything to say?
No, I have nothing to add.
Okay. What did you guys think of issue 1? Any final thoughts?
No, not really. Actually, I was wondering if the artist for this is the same one who did the Leviathan comics.
Let me look that up.
Because I found some cursed shit on the Leviathan comics.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, Leviathan has some really goofy art.
There's one of Luke, bro. He just looks constipated. It's like the first page.
There's one of Luke where they make him look like He-Man, right?
Yeah, the outfit doesn't help either.
Yeah. And then you see him in Crimson Empire 3 from the same time, and he actually looks pretty accurate.
Mm-hmm. But the art for Crimson Empire is actually pretty good. It's not like goofy, from what I could tell. I only read the first.
It's very.
Some of the art for the kids in Crimson Empire 3 is extremely weird.
Yeah.
He basically puts like adult faces on little kid bodies. It just looks so wrong.
I do recall that.
So from what I can tell, it's not the same artist.
It's not,
No.
because it reminded me a lot of it.
Yeah.
I think the artist who did Leviathan did some of the Tales of the Jedi stuff.
Yeah.
I will say issue 1 is a nice lead-in. It's a nice lead-in into the mission.
Word.
Look at that, bro. Look at that. It's just so weird, bro. There's one of Dorks 81 too, where he's like, look at Kip.
Oh man. So I think, could be wrong, they change artists, or at least yeah, they change through some of the artists throughout the story arc a little bit, I think.
That's too bad. There's nothing worse than inconsistent art throughout like a story arc.
Yeah. Which they change a lot of like the art for the Republic comics. Oh, here you are. Hello.
Hey, sorry about that.
No, you're good.
Oh, now
Wait,
Marcel is gone.
Marcel.
That's tough.
Man. Hopefully he'll get back on. So with issue 2, or the
I love
next
the way they
issue.
draw Coruscant on this.
Yes.
It looks
And
like Gotham from Batman Beyond.
That's exactly what I
That's so cool.
Really? Oh man. Great minds think alike. Yeah, no, it
Marcel.
really looked like it.
I was
It really
reading
did.
Tuck's message about clicking out, and I did the exact same thing while I was trying to get back to this page.
Oh man.
Oh wait, I can see the comic art now. Cool.
Oh, there you go. Marcel, we were saying how the art for Coruscant looks like Batman Beyond.
Yeah, it really does actually. The same colors.
Yes.
I love Batman Beyond.
All right, this comic went from an 8.5 to a 9.
Yeah, I think I can definitively say it's like a 6.5 to a 7 now instead of a 6 to a 6.5.
They did Batman Beyond comics that continued after the show, right?
Yes.
I'm pretty sure,
I think
yes.
they're still doing those. Let me.
Yeah, but I think they swapped from Terry McGinnis to Damian, which I heard that. I don't know if that's true, but if that is true, then I'm not a fan.
How
Did they?
old is Damien supposed to be?
I don't know, man. He's like, I don't know how old Damian would be in that timeline because that's the animated timeline or whatever.
Oh, true. It's the DCAU.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I have no idea.
Yeah.
Maybe he was
is a
born
little
like
younger. I don't know.
That's so weird because wouldn't Damien be like a granddad by then?
Yeah. Like on the regular timeline, yes, but there's some goofy stuff on the DCAU timeline. Like the first Flash is
I see.
Wally. The first Flash is Wally West, not Barry Allen.
Oh. Wait,
Right.
isn't Terry McGinnis Bruce's son?
yes.
No. Wait, he is?
Yep.
Yeah.
Kinda clone, kinda son. It was a weird retcon, but a lot of
He was
people don't
Asian.
like it.
When was that?
Do what now?
What episode of what show did they reveal that? Because I saw the clip of it, but
I think that was the final episode of Justice League Unlimited. I could be
Okay.
wrong though.
all right.
That I love that episode because I saw it as a teenager and I had no idea it existed, but I could imagine people being like, what the hell is this?
Right.
Kind of retcon. I know it's not very popular, but I mean, I like it, so I
Yeah.
can't really say anything about it.
I felt like it took away the fact that anyone could be Batman.
Yeah, that's the most common critique.
I
Yeah.
remember seeing somewhere
which is
that Terry
fair.
McGinnis was Asian though. Am I tripping?
But I thought he was Irish. The name McGinnis.
I don't know.
Maybe his mom is Asian. I don't know.
Maybe.
He had an Asian-looking girlfriend.
Yeah. But,
Yeah, now I'm just confused.
so Kiadimundi talks with the Dark Woman. I can't remember her name.
Anya Kiro.
Anya Kiro. And so, what did you guys think of this sequence here?
Anything Dark Woman is goated.
Yes.
Oh, 100%.
I discovered for the first time that Darth Vader does kill the Dark Woman in a Tales comic.
That's right.
Yep.
It's one of the first ones too, actually.
Yes.
Yeah, and Mara Jade is also in that comic briefly.
Yes. I think it's one of the few times you see them interact.
Yeah.
But
What's funny is that Zahn had a whole book idea of Vader. Basically, people are trying to assassinate Vader, and Mara Jade is sent to like help out. Which would have been a very interesting thing to see.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure when it would have fell in a timeline, like in relation to this, but it probably would have been afterwards, or
Yeah.
in terms of extinction, it probably would have been after extinction.
Yeah. I think it probably would have tied in with the Choices of One and Allegiance.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, he had a whole. He had 3 book ideas that he wanted to pitch, and one was the Darth Vader and Mara Jade story. There was another one, and then there was a third one that was the third part to the what do they call that one? The Hand of Judgment duology.
Something like that.
Yeah, that third one never got made, unfortunately.
I gotcha. I'm surprised he hasn't like pushed for stuff like that within the new canon. Like just write whatever he does, because I think he was kind of he's kind of like, he had an ego like Dave Filoni when it came with continuity. Before Dave Filoni doing that was cool. But I think even if he did it in the new canon, like people would be like, "Oh my gosh, Mara Jade's in the new canon," but really, like he'd write it to fit with his other stuff.
Yeah, I've been told that Thrawn Ascendancy fits almost perfectly with the EU.
Yeah,
I don't think that is true, because Thras is not Thrawn's brother in Thrawn Ascendancy, whereas he is in the EU.
Oh,
is it stated that he's not, like, explicitly, or is it just like
it's
not said?
it's explicitly stated that he's not Thrawn's brother.
Ah.
They become very good friends though, and in the end, he's like a symbolic brother to him, I guess you could say.
I gotcha.
And when was that change made? Nobody knows.
Yeah.
Which I think Timothy Zahn has been known to contradict himself, even within his own like books in the expanded universe. And so I wouldn't be surprised if he forgot or something.
Yeah, he did. And I think it's one of the Thrawn trilogy books. He said something like, Mara has never had that much experience with a lightsaber or something. And then, she's in Choices of One. She's just swinging that thing around like crazy.
Right. Which that probably kind of has to do with the fact that he didn't know that he was going to write a book about her. But yeah. So back to the issue, we get, it cuts to, or did everyone say what they wanted to about the Dark Woman and Kiadimundi?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And so we cut to Tatooine. Aura Singh is fighting a Trandoshan. Trandoshan. She's not fighting. And so, yeah.
There's water right there.
Yep, right here. Hey, Ernie, And so the Trandoshan loses the fight. He also calls her a Jedi, and she does not like that. I do like that it's kind of subtle about going into her backstory, about how she was an apprentice to the Dark Woman. That's right. Yes. And she's turned her back to the Jedi, except whenever stealing the lightsabers to add to as a fine addition to her collection. And so we see Kiari-Mundi show up
as a fine addition to her collection.
Exactly. That's my channel. What I should do for like April Fools is like rebrand and be an Aura Singh like style.
I got you.
And so Kiari-Mundi shows up, and I think earlier someone had said like that he has a big head and people would notice, which it's like,
oh yeah,
this is a planet of aliens. This is a galaxy of aliens, and they just go, "You got a big head." And so he shows
That's not
up.
what I said though. I said that like he did a great job of hiding his big head.
Oh no.
Oh, you mean
I
on the
think
comic?
mentioned in the story.
Oh, okay.
Like
I think
someone
he
goes,
says it.
"What are you doing
Actually, I
around
think
here?
he
You got a big
himself says
head."
that.
But yeah.
Maybe he got bullied at the Jedi Temple as a youngling.
Probably.
Just slapping the dome, just
Like you cut G.
like you cut G.
He's just totally bald.
Yeah.
It's tough, man.
And so he goes and he decides to conceal his large head. Doesn't want the sunburn.
Oh, that would be horrible.
Yes. Oh man.
Imagine just the forehead peeling.
So he
Oh
goes.
man.
Ooh, dude, I'm glad summer's over, just because of sunburns.
I actually don't really get sunburned.
Nice.
I was blessed with the melanin, kind of.
Yeah. And so he goes and meets with Bib Fortuna, and then meets with Jabba, and of course they've got a little bit of beef because of previously that whole ordeal. And so Jabba, the forgiving person that he is, provides transport, location, and gives him a good idea of where Het is located. And so he sends him there with even an entourage, and they're going to show him exactly where it is. And so they're going. Aura Singh's also following. Do you guys have anything to say about it?
Nice bike. That's what I have to say.
Yeah.
Same. Jabba is the biggest scumbag ever, so just watch out.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Sorry, my thing fell.
Oh, sorry. No, Jabba, our glorious Jabba the Hutt, is a great guy. You know, he gave me as a payment. You know, he blew up my house one time. It was no big deal. He gave me like 20 slave girls for free. Yeah, it was like a pretty good deal. You know.
Yeah,
Pretty good deal.
Um,
I get your house. You get 20 slave girls.
Yeah. Well, he didn't even get the house. He just kind of blew it up. I don't know. I guess he was bored that day. I don't know.
Just
the almighty Jabba. Okay, so I do want to say this. Go to there's a picture of Bib Fortuna, and he's looking creepy.
There with the anime
Yeah, I
face?
remember that.
Tell me that isn't anime face, bro.
Man.
Kawaii, what is it? Kawaii Bib Fortuna.
Oh my god.
Somebody should put like the filter with the hearts over it.
Oh, I got you, bro.
He likes the long hair. Yes. So there's a sandstorm. Of course, they're very dangerous. But
The rude sound.
yep, here it is.
Did you say Darude Sandstorm?
Yep. One second, I'm just pasting the bib for tuna thing over
Oh no,
here.
you're good.
I can save it so I can save it for memes later.
We should rename the podcast the Hunt for Meme Podcast, and we just go
True,
through
because
EU.
bro,
and
last
all-
week off of what's it called? Off of Blood Ties, I made so many memes. I'm still posting. I'm posting one a day. I still have.
I saw
Bro.
some of them.
I have a lot of them saved up still.
Mm-hmm. What was I gonna say? There's a lot of memeable art from the new canon comics because the art is terrible and it's just pictures from the movies but traced over.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I don't touch new canon, man. I'm sorry.
No, you're
I
good.
feel disgusting when I touch new canon stuff.
I don't either. I just see memes or just people trolling it online.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
But anyway, Kiarimundi realizes it's a trap because Jabba is not the most forgiving person on Tatooine. And so he ends up fighting the thugs, which I really like the like just how the fight scene is here. He quickly puts on his goggles that are the most important thing in a sandstorm.
Yep, pretty cool though.
Hopefully he'll keep that on for a while. What did you guys think?
You know the original concept for Luke Starkiller?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what his mask kind of
Yeah.
looks like a little bit.
Yeah.
Just reminded me of that.
Oh yeah. Tuck, what did you think?
Yeah, it's a solid issue. Jabba and his big fat ass. I mean, his perfectly in shape body. You know, impeccable. What is it? Peak male performance. Yeah, there he is.
Yep.
You know, he shows up. It's always a great day when I get to see that big fat. I mean, big fit guy. You know.
Bro's got that Lizzo build.
Oh no.
he has a pleasing girth.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
he's got a big
He's not
bulbous
fat,
belly
guys.
button.
He's just
Yeah.
thick. He's just thick.
Yeah, man, he's thick with like 20 C's.
Agreed.
Yeah, it's okay to make fun of Lizzo now, right? Now that we know that she's like a
Not she got
not good
exposed, yeah.
person.
It's acceptable now.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Marcel, what did you think of this issue?
I thought that this issue, like Aura Singh, kind of carried it.
Yeah.
Ends on a cliffhanger, which is cool. Again, you know, I mean, I have to drop off after this issue, but I wanted to say that I think it might have been Sam who said it earlier, but Ki-Adi-Mundi is like the least interesting part of Outlander. I feel like it's everybody else who kind of carries the book or the story arc. Like you have Sharad Het and you have Aura Singh and other people involved. So I don't know. I'll probably stick with my 6.5 out of or 7 rating for it. But I look forward to watching the rest of this later and letting you know if you guys change my perspective on it for better or worse. And I'll drop it in the comments.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Yeah, man. Always a pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem. Bye.
All right. Take care, guys.
Marcel, take care.
See you, man.
So,
All right.
yes. I really like the artwork for the cover art. The cover art. I would definitely frame these up. Add these next to the Blood Ties covers. Fantastic.
You know what this like reminds me of, bro?
What's
You ever
that?
seen the wizard memes?
The wizard.
Yeah, it really
That's
does.
literally the vibe that it gives me, bro. Like this,
Oh,
or this. It's like
okay.
the whole. That's the vibe that I get from that.
Yeah.
Somebody needs to Photoshop Kiadi with an orb. Just be like, the Oracle Kiadi Mundi.
So mine has the Virgin cover.
Oh, nice. That's really nice.
And so, yeah.
Where was it at? One sec. Okay.
There you go.
Back to it.
Yeah.
It
I
does look
really
like a wizard on here, though.
Oh, with the hat, the wizard hat.
Mm-hmm. He looks like a wizard.
Man, if I was a kid in like 1999 and I walked by that, I'd have to buy every issue they had, man.
Oh yeah.
True. And it was only $2.50.
Oh my gosh. Comic books now are like $5. Like, oof.
Well,
Some of
comic
them
books
are.
now are also trash, so.
Yeah. I've been reading the Planet of the Apes comics. They're
Comics?
not too bad. Yeah. I just read
New
them on
ones or
Marvel.
old ones?
The new ones. So Disney bought 20th Century Fox, and so they're making Planet of the Apes ones, and it ties into the Rise of the Planet of the Apes movie.
The one was what's his name? Caesar?
Yes, and Jon Favreau. I think
Jon Favreau's on that.
not Jon Favreau.
Oh, you mean James Franco?
James Franco. There it
I
is.
was like, Jon Favreau was in that movie? What?
No, he wasn't. Different fancy last name. So we're starting off issue number. This is part 3.
There's a big error.
Big error. Doesn't have his mask. Where'd it go? Of course, there is a bit of room for stuff. I guess a little bit.
Why is this guy looking at him like that?
He's wondering where the mask went.
It's like, wait, hold up. Wait a minute. Wait a second. Something ain't right.
I think the artist changed here, and I wonder if that was part of it. And so I think that was a part of that error. I do like this art a lot better, I think. What do you guys think?
Really?
I like it a little bit better. It is about the same. I'm not a super huge fan of the early 2000s art style that most of the artists had. Once you get to Jan Duursema, she's probably my favorite comic book artist ever.
Yeah, same here.
And I prefer artists from the late 2000s, early really, really early 2010s that Dark Horse had. But yeah, this art it's good. I like the color palette. They use a lot of really vibrant, contrasty colors, and it really pops.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good, especially for the.
That's why it reminded me. Yeah, I think that's why it reminded me of the Leviathan comics, because the Leviathan comics are pretty colorful too. They kind of have the same color palette.
Yeah. Something I don't like about this is how wordy it is. It's almost spoon feeding us what's happening. It's like, yes, we know it's a trap. Yes, we know you're going to
what I said
into the Dune Sea or whatever. It's like, what's keeping you? He's only one man. And
I know, right? Especially like
man.
in the later issues, bro, it gets bad. Especially the last one is so bad. Like the last two is just like it's the whole like page of a book, bro. Like
Yeah. Which I get Kiarimundi talking.
mhm.
Because I mean he's got the upper hand. He's you know he's a chill Jedi. Um, which yeah. Um, they end up crashing, and here come the herd of banthas.
Banthas.
Yep.
Also, the art for this page right here is really good.
Yes.
Like the horizon.
Yeah. And then he ends up breaking his arm. And then he gets his lightsaber, collects himself, and then he ends up relocating his arm. Right? That's kind of what I'm, or is he healing? No, he's what exactly is
I think he's using force heal himself,
okay?
or using the force to heal himself.
Yeah. The,
Yeah, it's interesting how force heal comes up a lot, like outside of the films.
Yeah. What do you guys think of force heal?
I think
I don't really know. Oh, no, go ahead. Sorry.
I think it works depending on the circumstance. If it's just to like set a broken arm or something, or like speed up the healing process. But most of the time, I don't like it when it's, this person's like dead or, you know, already gone basically, and then they just, they do the boop and then they're back up. Not a huge fan of that.
The
Right.
The one exception that I have, and this is legacy spoilers, is Cade's power, because it's exclusive to him,
Right.
and Asherod later on. But yeah, I like that. That's about it as far as
Okay.
like bringing people back to life. But
I
as a general tool in the toolkit, I think it works very well.
Yeah.
I don't really mind it here because he still says that he's gonna need Bacta later on,
Right.
so it's not like fully healing.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know how like it's really used in the EU. I
Yeah.
haven't really seen it used too much from what I've read. So
So the most common ways used is if somebody's in like a tough spot, but they're not in like immediate physical danger, they'll put themselves into like a trance almost. It's almost like you're going to sleep, kind of, but it's more like a healing trance. And some Jedi can put themselves in it. Some Jedi have to have the help of somebody else who can do it.
mhm.
So I think generally speaking, the EU gets it right, to where it's not like, oh, this is like an overpowered thing to where it ruins the films or whatever.
Mhm.
Um, you know.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I like the idea of because I read a few months ago, I read Jedi Academy, and I like the idea of having a Jedi healer, like
Yeah.
that's specifically a Jedi healer, you know. I like it. Like maybe like people can use it for this, like healing the arm or something, but like there is a Jedi healer that's like a very strong healer, you know. I
Oh
wouldn't mind
yeah.
that, but
Like
Yeah.
their main focus is the healing aspect of the force.
yeah.
Yeah. Kevin.
Oh,
Oh, he's gone. You
he
mentioned
died.
Kevin J. Anderson. We'll wait for him to get back.
Yes, sir.
Uh,
Man, my wife is cooking some tomato soup, and I can smell it from here. I'm very
Ooh,
hungry. I might turn off my camera in a bit to eat.
I gotcha. Device not connected yet. Yes. Let's wait for him to-
Oh, he said it's not his fault this time. It just kicked him off.
Oops. Okay.
That's tough too, because it was right when he was gonna speak.
Right.
Yeah, I was like mid sentence and it kicked me off.
You mentioned Kevin J. Anderson and it kicked you off.
Yeah,
Not
man,
allowed. Get out of
they
here.
got a bone to pick with him.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Kevin J. Anderson does a really good job in Jedi Academy and Darksaber with sort of having almost like classes, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah.
I like that.
you have Kip who's like the warrior, you have Dorsk 81 who's like the rogue, Karana T who's sort of like the mage, you know?
Historian. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. And then you have, Silgal who's the healer. So
Who's the
it's
historian?
it's really cool. I like how they how he does that.
Mm-hmm. Who's the historian? There's a
Tion.
it's Tion.
I
Yes.
like Tion.
Yeah, she's cool.
I mainly because she's just so intrigued by the history of the Jedi, and like I kind of like seeing it through the lens of the original trilogy,
Mm-hmm.
and so yeah.
So I like how just going off topic real quick.
No,
Uh, there's one part in Jedi Academy where um I don't remember who it was, but what's his name? Uh, the Dark Lord. I forgot his name, man.
Exar Kun.
Yeah, Exar Kun tells, I think, either he tells Gentoris a whole bunch of lies, or
Yeah.
either Kip or Gentoris. He tells a whole bunch of lies about like the Jedi's history, and then Tion is like, "That's cap. That's cap. I read about this. You don't know what you're talking about." So I really like that part of it.
Have you read
Yeah.
Tales of the Jedi?
I
Sam,
I read one issue,
one issue.
which was Beasts of
Beast
Beast
Wars.
Wars of Underon.
yes, but I read that like a while back. I read that like
Yeah.
It's pretty
2022,
good.
like the start of 2022, man.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I read chronologically from the Great Hyperspace War all the way to oh geez, what was it? Hold on. I got the big epic collection right here. Let me see. Freedom Nad Uprising #2.
Ooh,
Okay.
Um,
Before it gets real good.
they packed the second half of Tales of the Jedi with the good stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Sure.
I'm gonna have to wait till that big hardcover comes out because that has Dawn of the Jedi and Tales of the Jedi.
When does that come out? Do you know?
Oh, they delayed it by a lot.
Did they? Ooh.
Yeah, it's coming out next year,
dang.
June, I think.
I'm glad I haven't missed it yet because I need to collect Dawn of the Jedi, and I would honestly, $100 for just that by itself would not be too bad. But I'm also getting the entirety of the Tales of the Jedi.
Yeah, and I think it has one Tales comic. What is it? Shadows
Yeah.
and Light or something.
Yeah, it's so it ties together Tales of the Jedi with Luke Kaldroma and Exar Kun to the KOTOR with Revan and Malak
Right.
and that stuff.
Yeah, it's so the three sets, which is Tales of the Jedi Volume 1, which has Dawn of the Jedi, Tales of the
Right.
Jedi Volume 2, which has the first half of Tales of the Jedi, and then Volume 3, which has I think all the way up to Redemption and that Tales comic. They're collecting that all in one hardcover for $150.
Right. And you could probably get it on like on sale or something. I see they usually drop to about 80 and then they skyrocket up.
Yeah.
Some of them I've seen go for about 50 maybe, or maybe those were the old Marvel ones.
Yeah, one of the Marvel ones got down to 50. Rise of the Sith got down to 50.
Yeah.
The Empire Volume 1 got down to 60, and that's when I bought it.
I got that for 50 or 40 maybe.
Dang.
Guys,
And
one
it was
second.
just
I'll be right back.
on Facebook. No, you're good. It was just on Facebook. Some trading group that I was in, and they were like $50, and it was sealed, and I was like, oh my gosh! And I think it was one of the. It wasn't the official, like the original cover. It was one of the variant covers of it because they've got
Right.
all the different ones for collectors like us to be like, oh, we have to buy them all.
Yeah, they have the one that's the mass market version, and then they have another one that's like a comic shop exclusive.
Oh,
Which is funny because it's almost always that the comic shop exclusive one is like the better cover.
yeah, for sure.
I got the New Republic Volume 1 hardcover with the comic shop exclusive,
Yeah.
like X-wing on the front. For I think I got that one for 50, which that was a really good deal.
Yeah.
And I got that on Mercari.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot to say, that Tales of the Jedi hardcover is apparently coming out July 2nd next year.
Okay.
So we got a long wait.
Yikes. Yeah. I'm hoping. Oh, actually, no. They're going back and they're reprinting some of the Epic Collections from like 2015 that they did, like Old Republic Volume 1.
Yeah.
All of those, which I don't know when they start with those, because I guess they've done them all except for like the Clone Wars ones, like the TCW tie-ins, which for some reason they don't want to do the tie-in ones, or like
Well, they did the Darth Maul TCW tie-ins in the Clone Wars Epic Collections.
They did do those, but like the digest size ones, they just haven't done those yet, and I'm like, why?
Yeah, I wonder why they haven't, because they haven't done those. They haven't done Clone Wars Adventures, and they haven't done Evasive Action either. That web comic, which is apparently really good.
I have not read that one.
Yeah, it follows. Oh, sorry.
Was that ever released physically?
I think so, but I think it was in black and white.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I know some of it follows. I don't know if you ever saw the micro series, but that Ithorian Jedi.
Oh,
they follow his Padawan in that Evasive Action.
Okay. I'll have to give that a read. I'm almost finished with, like I said, off live stream. I'm almost finished with all the comics, like the easy to find comics, the ones on Comixology and different things like that. So I got to find those hard to find comics, the web comics. I know Matt Wilkins, he printed off a lot of the web comics, which that's too expensive for me to do right now. But hopefully I can find a like a PDF or something that I can do commission a comic book print for that. But
yeah.
Have you dived into much of that?
Like the rare stuff?
Or like fan printings and stuff? Like with
yeah, I have a couple of Lulu prints. I got the Lando Calrissian Adventures as one big omnibus hardcover.
Ooh, nice.
and that looks really nice.
Yeah.
I got Lightsider,
Okay, I've got
and
that one.
and I got another one. Oh, I got Junior Jedi Knights in a big omnibus,
Ooh, I need to
which
make that
is
one.
and that is way cheaper than buying them like the out of print original copies.
So I didn't know that. Um, I didn't know that there was an option to fan print things, or even a whole community of people designing books to be fan printed. So I ended up buying the entire Junior Jedi Knights single books, which they do have some nostalgia for me because my mom read them to me whenever I was really young. Um, but
Wow.
I was able to collect all 6 of them. And I've read those. I wanted to read them before I read New Jedi Order, and so I'm working my way through that too.
Yeah. Have you read New Jedi Order?
Yes, I've read up to. So I did the abridged audiobooks up until Balance Point, but then I was able to find some unabridged audiobooks, and I went up to. I think I'm almost done with Agents of Chaos 2.
Yeah.
Which I've taken a break from because now I'm doing the unabridged X-wing ones, which I'm sad that they're not doing Wraith Squadron or.
Well, I heard, take this with a massive bucket of salt, but I heard and I saw a screenshot that said that they were doing Raid Squadron.
Okay, because I think they also have Isard's Revenge to do as well.
Yeah. I don't think they've done that one as a ELC yet.
Right. I'm trying to think when that takes place in the timeline. My bookshelf's in my dining room.
Isard's Revenge?
Yeah, when does that
That
take place in
happens.
regard to Wraith Squadron?
So it happens after, but it happens concurrently with the very end of the Thrawn trilogy, and it goes past it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's really interesting. Yeah. But yeah, so I got those, and then I think I've almost got all of the Young Jedi Knights books.
Yeah, I have all of Young Jedi Knights in both paperback and hardcover.
Ooh, were they the official hardcovers?
Oh yeah, they're official. They're real. They were $50 a piece.
Yeah. I found one that had a torn cover, and I think I got it for like 15, 20.
Yeah.
But yeah, I looked at that and I was like, I can't do that right now. I think the craziest ones that I've got that are super expensive is the Coruscant Knights hardcover.
Yep.
And then Dawn of the Jedi.
Oh, you have that one?
Yes, the hardcover for the novel.
Right.
Yeah. Someone didn't know what they had, and I think I bought it for $20. And I think
Nice.
I don't know how much it goes for now, but it was really expensive.
Like 50 to 60.
50 to 60.
About.
I think I might have gotten that with something else.
Yeah.
And I had the Coruscant Knights was gifted to me by my grandparents back whenever it came out because they had a subscription to Sci-Fi Book Club. They knew I liked Star Wars, so they'd always give me like a Star Wars book.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah.
The most I've paid for a single book, I think, was Coruscant Knights. I think I paid about 100, maybe a little bit less.
Yeah.
And then I got Force Heretic was about 70. Final Prophecy was about 70. I'm trying to think here. Young Jedi Knights were 50 apiece. There are a couple others that were around 50, but most of them were like 30 and below.
Yeah.
Kenobi. Kenobi was around 50, I think, for the hardcover.
Yeah, I got the Barnes and Noble leather bound one.
Oh, that one is nice.
That was nice.
I got a killer deal on Trader. I got that in hardcover. I got that one for $6.
Nice. I got some of the New Jedi Order, the duologies, some of them for, I think they were on thrift books for like $5. I got Force Heretic. Hello.
I'm back, by the way.
I got Force Heretic, the trilogy there, and then the first two duologies. And I think that's it.
Did they have the covers with them
Yeah.
for $5 a piece?
Yeah.
Wow, that is insane.
Mm-hmm. That was right before it started to skyrocket, because I saw some of them for about 10. I saw some of they were the Sci-Fi Book Club ones. There were some for Legacy. I almost went through and bought them, but like $5 I could justify, but $10 for 10 books, I couldn't work that into my budget. But I kind of wish I did, because now they're going for like 100 or something. I think the most I've spent on a singular book was probably Supernatural Encounters.
Same. Well, I paid 100 for my hardcover.
Yeah, but I did that a while ago, and so yeah, it was right before. I think he was finishing up some things, and I heard that it was like coming soon, which it's been coming soon for, since it was announced back whenever. But
yeah.
So going back to the comic, Sam, are you all ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So going back, Ki-Adi-Mundi is oh no, it cuts to Aura Singh. She gets out of a sand dune that she's in. The Jawas try to dig her out, and then we have Ki-Adi-Mundi just like chilling with the Banthas, which is probably a good idea, because they can bring him to water, and we know from like the Kenobi book that they like to hang out in like the caves. They know exactly where to go, and just different things there.
You know where I saw that before the Kenobi book?
Where's that?
It was in the Republic issue where Asherod takes Anakin as his apprentice.
Yes, you're right. Yeah, that
Wow,
might.
he talks about that in Kenobi. Wow, I got to read that.
I think so, unless I'm getting the two mixed up. But I think it's mentioned. He probably got a list of everything Tatooine. And then read it and then referenced it. Like, I mean, he even references his own stuff, like Kara Holt and
right.
What's Zane Carrick.
Yeah, that was really cool. I knew about that.
Yeah, which that's his own work, and I'd understand that. But like, just facts about movements, the way the tribes are, and all that stuff.
Yeah, speaking of him, I'm actually reading Knight Errant right now.
Yeah.
It's pretty solid. I hear a lot of things about how like not good it is, but it's actually pretty good.
I enjoyed the comics, and I read those, and then I enjoyed the short story Influx, I think.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed those. I'll have to dive into the book.
Yeah, the book is in between the first two big comic book arcs. It's right after A Flame. but yeah, it's a very smooth read so far.
Oh yeah, I'll have to give that a read. So apparently John Jackson Miller is writing a new canon book, and
Oh yeah,
it talks about the like the Jedi Council, and I'm kind of sad because if they had just put Legends on it, it would have just completely rocked the world.
you know what's crazy? Somebody asked him on Twitter if it was going to be compliant with Legends,
Yes.
and he responded with a GIF of Han Solo saying, "Hey, it's me." You know, so there
Ooh.
is hope. There is hope that it
Yeah.
will be Legends compliant.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, you know, I don't know if you are one of these people, but some people stop with unifying force.
Yeah.
It would be really funny to have the books start with the living force and end with the unifying force.
Yeah.
That would be pretty
I
funny.
I have not read the Dinning verse, as people call it, yet. So I'm not entirely sure. Like, I enjoyed Tatooine Ghost. That's what I've read of his.
Yeah,
But yeah, I'll can't wait to
I
get to.
I read through the prologue of Darkness, and I didn't like it at all.
So do you bookend it with Unifying Force or Legacy?
Well, I'm looking to edit my own versions of, like, you know, Cross Current, Riptide, Millennium Falcon, and Mercy Kill, X-Wing Mercy Kill.
Yeah.
And I'll treat that as like an epilogue. But yeah, as far as like the main story, for me right now, it starts with Cloak of Deception, and then it ends with Unifying Force.
Okay.
Starts with James Lucino, ends with James Lucino.
I gotcha. I gotcha. I can respect that.
But yeah,
Um,
I haven't read Tatooine Ghost. I have it, and I know it's referenced in Unifying Force.
yeah.
And I really did love Star by Star. I thought that was really well done.
Okay.
I cried. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna pretend like I didn't cry at that scene, you know. But
Yeah.
if you've read it, you know what I'm talking about.
I've not read it yet. I know,
Yeah,
but I do know what you're talking about.
yeah. That scene is it's very very uh, like drawn out, but it's
Yeah.
just when it gets to that part, it's like, oh, I feel like I just got, you know, punched in the gut.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah,
hmm I can't wait to read it. Um, but going back to the comic, so Mundi ends up at a cave, and he sees,
Some big rats. He's in New
yep,
York right now. Find the
yep,
rats.
that's where he went.
Just killed
Um,
Master Splinter over here.
yep, dead. Um, and then, yeah, he dealt with the Womp Rats, and then he enters a cave and he finds eggs. Lovely. And then we get a crate dragon. And then we see some Tuscans, and then boom, that's the end of the third part. What did you guys think of part 3?
It's more eventful, I feel like, than the
Yeah.
first two parts. It's finally getting somewhere, you know? Because the whole time that I was reading the other two, I was like, bro, where is Ashrad Head? Like, where is
Yeah.
this guy? Like,
Yep.
it's supposed to be about him. Where's he at?
Mm-hmm.
So he finally shows up, and those eyes, bro, they're just so menacing.
Oh yeah.
I love that. But
What do you
yeah,
think? Or sorry, what do you
no,
think,
no,
Tuck?
that's what I have to say.
yeah. I mean, I like it. It's getting better basically with every issue. You know, the action's starting to ramp up. I think we'll have a lot more to talk about with this next one. But
Right.
as far as, you know, the trek through the desert, I mean, it's a very Star Wars thing.
Right.
It happens a lot.
A Star
Which,
Trek to the desert.
yeah, yeah, and you know, I like the Tuscans. You know, especially what we're about to see. You know, we're about to see probably my favorite part of the comic.
Okay.
But yeah, so far so good.
All right. So part 4. So it starts off. He is in the cave with the crate dragon, and the Tuscans are just watching him fight. There's a bit of dialogue here and there. I feel like last issue there wasn't as much dialogue.
Oh yeah. Well, which one is this? Is this is 10. This one doesn't have as much dialogue either, but 11 and 12, Jesus Christ, bro.
Yeah.
It's so much.
And so he's having a bit of a dialogue between, with Shahard Het. And so then they jump in, intervene, help fighting the crate dragon.
Looks kind of cute on this one. Doesn't even look menacing, just looks cute.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Lots of roars and grunts. And then they eventually kill the dragon. And then they're talking afterwards. Well, what did you guys think of the action scene with the fighting the crate dragon?
Also, can we talk about how ripped Asherad is for a 15-year-old right now, bro?
Yeah.
He's absolutely shredded, bro, and he's 15. He's supposed to be 15.
His dad's got him on that really good protein powder, man.
Facts. Brody is roiding up at 15. That's crazy.
I like that you can tell the difference between the Tuscans, especially Shahard, with his goggles being red.
Red.
Than everyone else's. What do you think, Tuck?
Well, I'd love to see the relationship between Sharad and Asherad.
Yeah.
I think their relationship is really wholesome, especially for like a Tuscan relationship. And seeing him, sort of guide his son in this rite of passage was really cool to see.
Exactly.
And seeing Asherad's resourcefulness as well and skill in combat. You can tell he's going to be, a real badass later on in year 2, but especially like during the Clone Wars.
For sure. I really like, the rite of passage. I mean, in the past couple of comics that we've been going through the past few weeks, have been a lot about, that father-son relationship with that rite of passage, which would, with whatever tribe or clan that they're a part of. We see that with Django, and we see that with Sharad and his son.
This rite of passage.
Yeah. Fighting giant beasts in caves. Apparently it's a big deal. There was something, let's see. They were speaking Tuscan throughout this.
Basically, right?
That's pretty good.
And so it was kind of neat to see that, try to picture that.
The mask is back.
Oh my gosh, it is.
Ahsoka gave it back.
There we go. Oh my gosh. If Brendan showed up again, we say the mask is back, and he shows up. He's like, "Hey." That would be funny. Sorry. Fighting
Is that the dagger from Rise of Skywalker, bro?
The what?
It's the dagger of Mortis, bro.
Yeah. The dagger from from episode 9 is the same dagger from the Mortis one. See what happens
because Filoni said so.
That's what happens to the dagger. It disappears in one continuity, ends up in the other one, and then Jaina has to, go to the world between worlds, go to the
Oh my God.
canon timeline, meet up with Rey. They team up and they have to fight Abeloth.
Oh my God.
Have you read Supernatural Encounters? I'm kidding.
And
They had to
yes,
fight
that's the
Waru
plot.
too.
That's
Yeah,
the plot.
she has to hop into Waru, and then he does time traveling type stuff like Doctor Who, time traveling, dimension hopping. Then they meet up with the aliens from Indiana Jones because they're extra dimensional beings. That's what goes down.
I just wanted to show this because you talked
Oh.
about Jane and Ray.
Oh man.
Let me go back.
They actually made a fan film where they cross over, kind of.
Gross.
It was
Huh?
the same person that made the Legacy of the Force fan film. It had the same Gina actress in that.
They should have just left it at that, man.
Yeah. Anyway, so there's an exchange between Kirimandi and Sharad, and then Ash Sharad, and he was explaining how he was his Padawan, but also his son. He built his own lightsaber, and how he wants to teach him the ways of the Force, but also the way of the Tusken. I think that's really interesting to having, these two cultures blended together. And I feel like that adds more creativity to it.
Yeah.
Because he will be wearing, the garbs. I don't think we see his face until
He reveals it to Anakin, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so just seeing that mix of culture, I do have to say that, this is kind of spoilers for the end of this, but the only two big exceptions that Yoda makes for Jedi that are too old to join the the Jedi Academy end up being Sith Lords.
Maybe they had a point.
Yeah,
no, I'm playing.
You're right.
No, they didn't. They didn't because look at Luke's or Jedi Order.
Well, in Dark Empire. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, technically.
Yeah. If you think about it, no.
So, Sam, what do you think of what do you think of learning about Sharad and Esharad, and all of this here?
I like it. I like Sharad. I don't know if there's more stories of him before this. I don't think there are.
Sadly, no.
Yeah, that would be cool to see him at his peak. That'd be really
There
cool.
is a flashback in here.
Yeah, no, but I mean what
Like
he
the whole
actually
thing,
accomplished. Yeah, his actual battles and stuff. Because I think that would technically be considered High Republic. I would like to see what conflicts the Jedi were dealing with before, the Sith and the Clone Wars and all of that. Because that was a time of relative peace. There weren't any major wars that I know
Right.
of. After the New
Yeah,
Sith Wars, it's all over, from what I know.
After, so the closest that we get to that is Acts of War. It's covered in Acts of War, the Yinchori uprising.
Mhm.
And we have a little bit of that in Plagueis, but it's very brief.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, Mask is back, so that's cool. That's pretty much it for now.
Oh man. Yeah, I'm looking on Wikipedia, and this is his first appearance and first chronological, first thing
First and
chronological.
last. First and
Well,
last.
Or number 7's when he first appears, and then 12 is when and then he's mentioned throughout a bunch of things. Then he's in flashbacks. So like
What?
Legacy of War has a flashback with him in it, which makes sense.
Do you guys think that he actually turned to the dark side? I don't really think he turned to the dark side.
I don't think he did. I think that was sort of part of the intrigue of the earlier issues. Like you know, you don't know what's going on with him, and then you meet him. It's like, okay, well, he's just sort of more harsh, but you know, it doesn't necessarily mean, you know, evil.
Yeah. I like him. I like his way of dealing with things. I don't think he is like Darksider, but I don't think he's like doesn't follow what the Jedi would deem a Jedi.
He's a gray
either.
Jedi.
Yeah, he's a gray Jedi. Like the actual gray Jedi, not like the fan made.
Yeah.
Not like the fan made one.
No, Ahsoka is the gray Jedi because she has white lightsabers.
Well,
no, man, she's Gandalf, the gray and the white.
I think she's a Jedi now officially because Anakin came back
so
in the flashback and finished her training.
Finishes the training in like 2 seconds. That's crazy.
Did you guys know that George wanted her dead like really bad before Revenge of the Sith? And the way that Filoni got out of that was by saying, no, she's not a Jedi. We'll make her not a Jedi, and that's how we'll get away from the whole having to kill her off thing. And now they're doing this. It's like, come on, man.
Man.
Man. I don't know. I feel like Filoni did not respect George's wishes a lot of the time on TCW.
Yeah.
There's literally one episode of the like behind the scenes where George wanted him to end the episode in a certain way, and Filoni had another idea for it, but George was against it. And then Filoni showed him a version that he did what George wanted, but the one that ended up being released is the thing that Filoni wanted. So
yeah, that's pretty scummy.
Oh shoot! What's up? When was that? When did Brendan say that?
I don't know. If you want to join back, you can.
Yeah, Brendan.
We'd
love to have you here, buddy.
How many? We're almost done, but
yeah, we have 2 issues left. Well, not counting like the rest of this.
Right. I do have something talking about like the original vision of George Lucas with Ahsoka. I do have something after stream that I want to run by you guys.
Okay.
Project that I want to do. And Brennan, if you're free to, you're more than welcome to hop on. But something that I find very interesting about Tusken culture is the like you need 2 arms to wield a gaffy stick. And like this Tusken kills himself because of it. I believe, or at least we're led to believe.
Nah, man, that's Asher-Ra'ad, the clone of Asher-Ra'ad, who becomes Darth Bray. Yeah. In Legacy 3, we would have seen this guy become the new Dark Lord of the Sith.
Yeah, with K.A. Skywalker.
Yeah, K.A. Skywalker.
Skywalker.
Yeah.
Oh man.
How would you say crook? Crook?
Bro, I had a brain on news. I'm trying to say that. Oh, man.
Then after, do you guys have any thing to say about this here?
I think you see a little bit of George's like samurai influence in here.
Yeah.
Through their culture. And
Yeah.
I think
True.
that's intentional because it wasn't a secret at the time that George was a massive weeb. Uh, you know, but yeah, it's something that samurai, if they've been like dishonored or if they've dishonored themselves or their family, they'll do the whole ritual.
Sudoku.
Yeah, the whole ritual offing themselves thing. I'm not sure if I can say
Yeah.
that word on here. Uh,
They
but
just
yeah,
commit Sudoku, bro.
yeah,
Just
he
that.
commits Sudoku here.
Oh man, I love that game.
He's gonna run himself through with a little pointy knife. Um, you can see the sadness on his face. Really, if you look.
It looks like he's screaming.
Yeah, it kind of looks like he's hyping himself up.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Man, that would suck. Like
That was like
your arms cut off. You're in the desert alone. You're like, well, this is it.
it is what it is.
Yeah,
Man, that panel right there with Orasang just riding through the vaporwave sky looks cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Um,
You
So
good, ready?
what's that?
I say you good?
Yes.
Okay.
I do really like some of this fight scene.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she's just killing these womp rats. She's using a lightsaber, which Dave Filoni goes to forget. Aura Singh is force sensitive. We learned that earlier.
Oh,
Where'd he go?
he'll come back. He'll come back.
There he is.
hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I don't know why. I turned my mic off for a second and it tried to kick me out again.
Huh.
It
So
really doesn't like you, man.
Yeah, man, it doesn't want me here.
whenever I did my my face reveal, it kept kicking me because my camera wouldn't work. Like I'd be like, all right, 3, 2, 1, and then I'd do it, and it just kept kicking me off of the live stream.
It's like, nah, man, we're doing this for your own good. Don't do it.
Yeah, and like
Yeah.
what I think we went for like 3 hours waiting until I got 100 subscribers.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just disappeared, and my whole thing crashed. I think I got
It was
kicked
all a
out.
clickbait.
I think I got kicked out of the whole live
You
stream.
have to start a new stream.
What's
You have
that?
to start a new one. You have to start a new stream.
For what? Did I have to?
For the face reveal, I'm pretty sure you have to start a new one.
Oh. No, I think I did it on my phone instead.
Oh, true.
Yes. Anyway, that's the end of part 4. What do you?
Look at that
what do
pile
you
of
guys-
bodies, bro.
Yeah.
Just got a whole bunch.
Oh my god.
Next issue, Head's Tail. Is that a Tales comic coming up? Kind of.
What is it?
I don't know, but it does say Head's Tail.
Oh, he's on again.
Baby, come back. You could blame it all on me.
He's almost there. Head's tail. Is that what it's called?
Apparently. Do you see it on my screen?
I see it on your screen. It's just. Hello.
Hey, sorry about that.
No, you're
No
good.
problem, man.
Yeah,
And
Brennan.
I
He
cannot.
said he'd be able to hop back on after he's done eating dinner.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice.
I'm gonna look up that. So it says Het's tail.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe she means, his ass. Not like his literal
Wait.
tail.
She's a
Okay,
big
so
fan.
in mine, it does not say it. Wait.
Wait, really? Let me look.
Oh, maybe it's because I got the bootleg version, bro.
You got the knockoff.
Yeah. Because it says next issue, and it says it like that's the name of it.
Wow. I don't know, man.
Anyway.
Yeah, mine doesn't say it either.
Yeah, it's just me. I got the knockoff.
What are you reading from, Tuck?
I have the trade paperback.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I paid I think $20 for it.
Oh yeah.
Usually it goes for like 40.
I would love to collect those trade paperbacks, but I do not have the budget for. Like, they would look great on the shelf. It would like the vintage look, all that stuff. But
Yeah, they Oh, sorry.
I can only afford these.
Yeah, it's more of a personal preference thing. I just do not like single issues.
Yeah.
But the trade paperbacks, they're nice because I can, go to the bathroom with it and read a trade paperback in like, 20 minutes or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. I collected some of the single issues of this, but I just couldn't find them all. It was also hard because they got renumbered in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So what is this? What part are we at? Part 5? Yeah.
Yeah.
Part 5 shows up or starts up with her spying on them again. She's got the lightsabers. She's ready to take her kill. Add another fine addition to her collection. I pay myself $10 every time I say it. So yeah, I do like the monologuing that she has throughout this.
I hate it. I think that's my least favorite part about this comic.
You do? Okay. Because it
She
feels like
talks
it's more
way too much, man.
She does?
She talks way too much, especially on the start of the next one. Like, she
Okay.
does not shut up, bro. I was like skipping through it most of the time.
Yeah.
Like, I wanted to read it, but I was like, I had to finish it so we could start the podcast, and also like, I just didn't care. I didn't care for what she was saying.
What do you guys think of Aura Singh's character throughout this this story arc?
Yeah,
I like
she's
her better than. No, sorry.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I like her better than in the Clone Wars.
Oh, for
she
sure.
seemed just like, I don't know if this is gonna make sense, but she seemed like childish in the Clone Wars.
She did. I think
Like,
everyone did. And that
she didn't really act
Quinlan
her
Voss
age, I guess. Huh?
Quinlan Voss seemed like a child in.
That's just your opinion, man.
He sounded like he was from a comedy and not, the gritty badass that he was in the comics.
Yeah. Tuck, what do you think of her character in this?
Yeah, she's cool. I think I agree that she talks way too much. But it was the thing back in the day to have the villain monologue and blah blah blah, they'd yap. But unlike a lot of other things, she actually does. Well, I'm not sure if I should spoil it yet, but she actually does do what she set out to do.
Yeah.
So the villain wins in this series, pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much.
Then we see Mundi. He's fighting off some of the Tuscans, gets his lightsaber back, and then
Jesus, that cranium, bro. Oh my gosh. You see that? That's
Yep.
that's bigger than it was before, bro.
he's stressed.
Yeah. Most people ask the barber for a little off the top. He asked for a little on the top.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And so Eshrad, no, Shahar,
Shred.
Shrad,
Shreds.
takes matters into his own hands and is like, dude, chill. Like, they make amends here, and they're talking, lots of talking. This is the setup before the battle. Then we get the flashback.
This was one of my favorite scenes, actually.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
do you have some things to say about it?
Like earlier, where I was asking if like there was anything about him before this, because I would love to see these battles, like him at his peak, just because he seemed like pretty badass. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, man, like Anakin style badass, in my opinion.
Yeah.
He seemed like he was like kind of like dark side already. Also, it looks like his lightsaber is orange on this one, which I actually love.
Yeah.
I don't know. He looks like
so-
a monk, but like just he kills people.
Yeah. His master is Eth Koth, which I find is pretty interesting. I feel like because Eth Koth originally died in Attack of the Clones, but he also died with there was another Jedi that appeared in Republic comics after the fact.
Sora Bulk.
Sora Bulk, yes. And so if he survived, then Eth Koth should have survived as well. But Dave Filoni brings him back for the Clone Wars because he didn't know Aegon Kohler existed. But
he was too busy. He was too busy soaring over Plo Koon to notice any other background Jedi.
True.
But his Eth Koth is his master. It goes through things of the past. Tuck, what did you think of this?
This is one of my favorite parts of the comic, just seeing Eth Koth like super concerned about his friend. And I think Eth Koth trained Sherrod, right?
Yeah, those is one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Seeing that kind of relationship, that bond form is always one of my favorite parts of the Star Wars master student relationship that they got going on.
Right. For sure. And then it also explains how he ended up on Tatooine, how he was presumed dead, scavenged, different things there. And then he was eventually found by the Tuscans, beat up, all that. But then he eventually rose to the ranks to being the warlord of them. I really like the Tuscan Raider, like the way that they make us relate to them. And of course, they did this before. We see them get massacred by Anakin. But it does. I also like. What's that?
No, it humanizes them in a way to where like you can still tell like that their culture is brutal and it would be looked down upon by regular humans that aren't psychopaths.
Right.
So Yeah, I think it's done the right way.
This, and then also kind of how Tahiri is within the Junior Jedi Knights. Have you guys read Junior Jedi Knights?
No, but I know Tahiri Vela.
No, but I know Tahiri as well.
Okay. But yeah, just some of the humanizing qualities of them, but also they're brutal. I mean, they're trying to stone him to death here, and but then they go through a burial site. And then Aura has them in their sights. She doesn't pull the trigger, which it's like, don't you want him dead? Like, why
I
not?
think she had to wait for Jabba or something like that.
Oh, I gotcha. Yes. I gotcha. So Jabba shows up, the kind man that he is.
No, that's sorry, that's
That's Gardula.
That's
yeah.
Gargula. Yes. My bad. I'm racist. I'm sorry. That was racist.
I'm
of me.
racist. Straight up.
Racist.
I'm racist.
Yeah.
Sorry. My bad.
All huts look the same, no, except for the Zero the Hut.
Nah, he doesn't exist. Sorry.
I've heard some people say, like, they're like, okay, what's up with that trans hut? And I'm like, all huts are like trans, like that's within their species. Like they change genders to have children. Like
Bro.
Rhoda's mother was Jabba.
Oh god.
Yep. Jabba went through a self-sex change, which really isn't like it's in his species, but yes.
True transformer.
Oh my gosh. So Gardula the Hutt shows up, and they see, oh, this is going to be war. Well, Aura's about to take a shot. Then there is a Tusken behind her. She ends up killing him, and then it's go time. They're preparing for war. End of the comic. Tuck, what did you think of part 5?
Yeah, I like it. Seeing the huts sort of play these little games with each other, and all these lives are being lost in between. It really shows how just how messed up Tatooine is, especially during this era.
Yeah.
Seeing just how there's so little resources, you just have to scrap over everything, and the huts sort of embody this. They're fighting over piles of sand on like the most worthless planet ever, and they're getting tons of people killed. I mean, yeah, I don't have that much more to say other than I like Sherrod and Kiadi's interactions. I like Kiadi as the vessel for us to view the story, sort of the fish out of water type.
Right.
But yeah, I mean that's pretty much all I had to say on this issue.
I have something to say.
What's that?
The mask is gone again.
No, I mean he takes it off.
Oh, okay.
You kind of see it in his hands. But I think they drew the mask differently because unless they decided to draw it without goggles.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah.
Next one.
The artwork, fantastic.
Very Shadow Wizard Money Gang.
Sorry, I'm getting used to having a webcam. Oh, I did have. What was I gonna say? Oh yes. Oh, it was something I think you said, Tuck, about Kiadimundi being the kind of fish out of water. He has to have everything explained to them. And I kind of like that because this could have been an East Coast story. This could have been something else, but us as the readers would not be able to, understand the context that well. And I like that they took someone else that didn't know him and kind of worked that into the story. And it didn't feel as forced, no pun intended. But yeah.
Yeah, I agree, 100%.
So the battle has begun here. Aura Sings is just mopping the floor with Tuskens.
And she won't shut up. Look at
Yeah.
bro. Count how many text bubbles there are. It's so many, bro.
Oh my gosh. She's just thinking so much.
I know. I mean, she has a big head for a reason, I guess. That dome has to do something. Like,
Yeah.
Man.
it's just so much, bro. I think
There
I
it is.
skipped over like let me see. Wait, hold up. 1 sec. My bad. I skipped over this whole page pretty much.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I just skipped over it. It's pretty useless stuff for the most part,
What?
in my opinion.
There's only one thing in my way, another hut. A crafty slug named Java. That's not. See the big worm on the skiff? That's Gardula the hut. Gardula controls a lot of the business on Tatooine. And we prefer to control them all. The huts. And it
It's
just goes on a
goofy.
whole tangent about the huts. Which my thing is this. Why would the huts care about a dirt, sandy planet?
I mean,
So
because
the
Strahd
retcon that they made, the retcon that they made to why everybody cares about Tatooine is that it sits at a hyperspace junction.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
That's literally the only reason. There's nothing else.
I could get behind like that would. That's a good retcon. I like that. Because like, yeah.
they mentioned that here.
Do they?
Yeah, I think that's
Mhm.
where the retcon first pops up.
Okay. So the battle begins. We've got the thugs versus the Tuskens. I'd say that this is a really good action sequence.
Yeah.
What do you guys think so far through this? Is there anything that stands out to you?
Other than like too much talking, I like the battle scenes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same. Ardula's a cool character. I'm glad that we get to see what she's about.
What do you guys think
And
of?
Dude fucking humongous, bro. Look at that. Pretty sure she's bigger than Jabba, bro. Look at the size of that thing.
They should blow her up like the Death Star.
Oh, okay.
I
Have you
agree.
guys read any of the Jabba the Hutt comic books?
Nope.
Oh man, I was about to get them. The art of the BA.
Yes.
That 5-issue thing. I had
Yeah.
those as a kid, and I read them. I don't remember a single thing from them.
Okay, let me look this up. We're gonna go on a tangent while we're talking about huts.
They happen in a really weird spot in the timeline. I think they're like maybe 10 years before A New Hope.
Really?
Yeah, and it's like never like that era is like never covered. Like the Droids comics cover them, the Jabba comics, and a couple of the Tales stories,
Yeah.
and a couple of the Adventure Journal short stories. But like that's literally it.
Huh. The Dark Times time period is definitely a like underused time period because
The
they
what?
left it, the Dark Times in
Oh.
between 3 and 4
Mm.
within the EU. And canon, they for some reason can't make something that's not in that time period.
Yeah,
Let me
I
find.
the reason why they were told explicitly to stay out of that era because
Yeah,
Lucas was trying to do Underworld.
yeah,
Mhm.
So if you look, almost all of the uh, Dark Time stories with like Vader and all that are like a year after Revenge of the Sith.
yeah. They're all like the same year.
Yeah, and they happen like you have to smash them back to back for it to make any sense.
Yeah.
So Vader was a busy man.
Oh yeah. Well, think about like the original trilogy characters. Um, after A New
A New
Hope,
Hope. Yeah,
there's no time for them to even use the bathroom.
yeah. That's
But
part of the reason why I personally like cut the Marvel comics out and put them in like holodrama level.
I got you.
Um, because they're really wacky and it really clears up that like 1 year after the Battle of Yavin era,
Yeah.
and there's some contradictions with Empire Strikes Back. I think I could be
I
wrong.
I think a lot of the contradictions that they had in that they later retconned, and I think they were
Yeah,
able to fit everything. They could fit it entirely into the main canon line instead of the secondary canon.
right. But yeah, for me personally, it's just easier to put that in. Like some of it's true, some of it's exaggerated.
Yeah.
But I do get people grew up with it and they love it, so I'm not gonna I'm not gonna tell anybody that you should do it like this, but that's just how I do
I will. No, I'm playing.
it.
Okay, so look up. I'm gonna put it in the private chat. Look up this character from the Star Wars. You had mentioned blowing up Gardula the Hutt.
Yeah, he said, "Look at the size of that thing," and that's what they say in A New Hope when they see the Death
Oh,
Star for the
Jesus
first time.
Christ.
So look at the next picture in the biography.
Oh my God!
They literally
Oh, God, bro.
Jabba blows her up. She's about to eat Jabba because she's so much bigger than him. Like she's just holding him like this. And yeah, he ends up blowing her up. Those Jabba comic books are very interesting because it's like it's Jabba being Jabba, talking his way out, working schemes, and he always seems to be like one step ahead of everyone. Um, we'll have to do that here
How
sometime.
many issues?
I think it's only 4.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
Yeah,
It's fast.
it is. I think there's a lot of talking because it's Jabba. You're not going to see
I mean,
him
what else can he do?
right.
Hey man, he can slither around. He can leave some goop on the floor.
Barely. Remember when Jabba was supposed to be a human?
Oh my god. gosh, the
Wasn't he supposed to be Scottish?
I think so. Don't tell Brennan; he'll be triggered.
I was gonna say Brennan
But-
Scott. He's Scottish.
Is Brennan Jabba the Hutt the original? Confirmed.
Oh, he showed up. No, I'm just kidding. No
And then
one's
Voss
watching our stream.
exposed.
No, so no one's watching our stream because Matt Wilkins is live right now.
Oh man.
He's doing a nightcap, probably because his kids can't sleep.
Come on, Matt.
Yeah, that's probably what Brennan's doing. Man, if I turn this on and he's on there, I'm gonna be like, dude,
Bro.
eating dinner. No.
Oh.
Wait. Oh, he's gone again.
Oh.
He left. He went to the chat too. He was like, Matt Wilkins is live.
Matt
So-
Wilkins. Bye, guys. Can you hear my stream? Like,
Your
because
stream?
I'm sharing the screen.
No, I can't.
Okay.
I hear my brother and his friends laughing in the background.
Bruh.
Oh, we thought you ditched us for Matt Wilkins.
Nah, man, I would never.
Thanks, man. Matt was watching a little earlier whenever we started this.
I saw that.
Yeah. So Huts, the Gardula the Hut. Now she owned,
Anakin.
right? Yeah.
She did.
What do you guys think of the lightsaber fight between Aura Singh and Sherard Het?
Man, it's awesome. It's one of my favorites in the early Republic issues.
Yeah,
It's pretty good.
man.
I really like the lighting on Aura Singh throughout the whole fight.
Oh yeah, look at her face here, bro.
Oh man,
Like
that's a
demon, bro.
mean
That's
material
demon.
right there.
Yeah.
Dave Filoni looking to rip off Legend.
Oh, also like the panel where she stabs him. How they
Yeah.
decided to like make it silhouettes.
So that
I
image,
do like how she hits him with a little pebble and he dies.
oh man,
Oh, look. So more blood to feed the sand, and another lightsaber for my collection.
nice.
There's
Brady's
one
so happy right now.
there's one specific panel that I want you to read out loud when we get to.
Oh,
I do want to say this. I had actually seen the spoilers of what happens to him whenever I was a kid, because I had the visual dictionary. I think it was the original one that they had, and they had the panel of whenever he's being killed by her, and I knew that she had some history, like being a Jedi and stuff. I was like, oh, a Tusken Raider got killed. Why does he have a lightsaber? I don't know. Oh, I know her. She was in the background of episode 1 or whatever. Oh, what's her deal? Different things like that. I should do a review of those books. But yeah, I like that she's going for the like straight up massacring him, slicing him up, and then Asherad shows up. And it's just like no, starts to have his revenge, but
fucking chokes her, bro.
yeah. um, and then she gets away, and they're having the final words. And here's something that I really like. Then the clan is broken. I fear that I am broken too. And you, Asherad, you, what will you do? There are many Tuscan tribes in the desert. Will you seek them out and join them? My clan is dead. My bantha is gone. I will have no other. The Jedi shall be my clan, now and forever. And then he says that he will go with Kiarimundi to Coruscant. These moments. And then they say they're, it kind of like it almost feels like Qui-Gon's death, except Anakin's right there.
Yeah. And I feel like they were very similar characters.
Yeah.
In a way.
Which I like how original it was.
Yeah. Like they're not the same character. But
right.
They are
one interesting difference that sort of sets them down a different path for a while. You know how Anakin really needed Qui-Gon as a father figure. Instead, he got Obi-Wan as a brother. Well, Asherad in the next arc winds up getting Anya Kuro, the Dark Woman, as his master, and she becomes like a mother figure to him.
Right.
And there's a very interesting like what if with Anakin with what if Qui-Gon hadn't died, and I think we see for a while at least until Order 66 we see sort of a more mature version of what Anakin could have become.
True.
In Asherad.
That's true.
Yeah.
I mean, he had a lot of guidance from the start from his dad, so he wasn't as clueless as Anakin was.
Right.
Yeah. What was the panel that you wanted us to read?
Oh, yeah, scroll back up. It's a couple pages.
Was it a monologue?
Yeah. Wait, scroll back down a little bit. A little bit more. Should be maybe it's on the next page. No. Wait a minute. Let me look at my copy. I think it's higher up.
Okay.
Let's see if I can find it here. Actually, no, it's a little bit down.
Oh.
Up. No, sorry. Yeah, up a little bit. Should be at the bottom of this page right here. The next one up. Yeah. So the third one from the left.
The third one from the left. Okay. So
yeah, it's the one with that one.
Or saying a student of my friend, the Jedi Master, who some call the Dark Woman.
He's saying that in the middle of combat. Like, what an awkward thing to say.
Oh God, bro.
Man.
Aura, son of Torah, first of her name. Just introducing her with all the titles and shit.
Like, yes, tell the chick that's triggered, killing the Jedi.
Chick that's triggered.
Like, be like, yes, your old life that, you're obviously not for anymore.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about though. Like, it's too much like unnecessary stuff.
what is more unnecessary? This line here, her like monologuing, or in Blood Ties, whenever it's just showing off Boba Fett's gear.
Probably the monologuing. Her monologuing,
Yeah,
bro.
probably the
It's so,
monologuing.
because it's so much, bro. It's literally like half this issue is just her monologuing, like literally.
It feels like a
So
Marvel
bad.
comic, like an original Marvel run,
Mhm.
when they have so much dialogue. That's what made going through the original Marvel series hard for me. Because like I would read like Republic, like the Clone Wars Republic comics, and I'd be like, oh my gosh, okay, this is so fast paced. But then I'd read the original Marvel, and then I'm just like, oh, this is almost longer than a novel, you know. But
If you want a really good comic book writer who doesn't use a lot of dialogue, read the Darth Maul 2000 comics by Ron Mars.
we reviewed that.
We reviewed that a few weeks ago. Oh,
Yeah.
Did you guys like him?
months ago or something. Yeah, we loved it. I think
What
we all
did we
give it a
rate?
10 out of 10.
Yeah.
I know I give it a 10 out of 10.
I give that one a 10 out of 10 too. It's so good.
It is. It leads right into Shadowhunter too.
Really? Wow, I need to read that too.
So the Nemoidian that is in the story, he ends up getting let go or whatever. Shadowhunter starts with Palpatine saying, no. The comic ends with him saying, there is one more task for you. You must hunt down this guy. And that's who he's hunting down at the beginning of Shadowhunter.
Oh, sick.
Yeah. And I learned that from the stream, and then I went and read Shadowhunter again. Well, I'm almost finished with it, but
man, that's awesome.
like it just flows.
Yeah, Ron Mars, he also wrote the Jango Fett and Zam Wessel comics.
Yeah, we were talking about doing those too.
Yeah, those are really good. It's the one where Yarael Poof gets shot.
Wait, so you're telling me he does not? That Robot Chicken is not canon to the expanded universe?
Well, it could be. It could be if you want it to be. Maybe after the comic book, he stands back up and is like, "Oh, I'm good," and then he goes out being a chef.
Yeah, well, he went and got pizza. That's why. That's what he was doing during Order 66.
Yeah. That's what he was doing.
Sam, have you seen any of Robot Chicken?
The one where they asked him to go get pizza and stuff.
Yeah.
I like it when he's working at the soup, or not the soup kitchen, the cafeteria.
Yeah.
And Vader and Palpatine are there ordering food, and he's trying to not get caught. And they're like, "Wait a minute! I sense a disturbance in the Force. You forgot to give us gravy." And the dude's like freaking out. He's like sweating bullets in the corner.
Yeah. Robot Chicken's pretty good.
Okay. I'm just flipping through my Menace Revealed comic. Look up Star Wars number 15, and that's the Republic Star Wars.
Are we done with the comic?
Yes. I mean, do you guys have any final thoughts?
Just that I really like this final panel over here, and it looks very samurai movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love Outlander. I thought it was really great. And I give it. I'm tempted to give it a 9, but I think I had to stick with my 8.5.
Okay.
But yeah, I think it's one of the better early Republic arcs until we get to Ostrander.
Yeah.
And then it really gets going.
Yeah. Look at Yaddle.
Oh God, that looks. Oh my, bro.
Is that from Emissaries to Malastare?
Yes.
Bro, what in the world?
She looks like a talk show host on this one, bro.
She does.
This has got to be the one issue that Dave Filoni read, and then he went, "Okay, I'm gonna have Dooku smash her face." Because that's what happens to her in New Canon.
Oh, God, bro.
It's like we have this, but then we also have like
The
the Yoda.
Gamorrean right here, bro. Just the Gamorrean looks like he's seen some shit, bro.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my, bro.
The
She
art
looks
of
like a 80s actor, bro. Like an 80s action movie actor, bro.
an actor or actress.
Actor. Like a man. She looks like a David Hasselhoff.
Oh man, I'm dying here. That Gamorrean though.
He looked at her face and was like, yeah.
So I'm gonna go into a little bit of something that I like about Emissaries to Malastare.
Okay.
They have the mutated act dogs or whatever that we see in Shatterpoint. They're from Mace Windu's home planet of Harun
Yes.
Call. And I was watching a panel from Legends Con with Silver, and he was talking about how a lot of the stuff that he got from for Mace's home planet, he got straight from the comic books.
Really?
And he loves Ostrander's work on the comic books.
Wow. So, I don't know if you know this, Sam, but Tuck. So Sam doesn't like Deveronians, and
I don't blame him.
They creep me out, man.
Yeah, they're weird. Have you read any of the stuff with Villy?
Nah.
You're gonna laugh at him.
Villy's a reoccurring Daveronian. He's kind of like, I don't know.
He's an asshole. He's an asshole, but he's really funny. He's constantly like backstabbing everybody, and they're like, "Well, we don't like you, man, but we gotta have you because you're too useful."
Yep.
Makes sense.
I actually didn't know of him very much until because I read Republic comics before I went back and finished the earlier stuff.
Right.
And so my experience with him was kind of his last time showing up. He might have shown up in Dark Times or something, but
the only thing he shows up in like afterwards is in a Tales comic that I don't think is canon.
Oh.
But I can't remember.
Oh, jeez, bro. Look at this.
Yeah. Well,
they gave him a turkey neck, bro. What?
So, yeah, there's a bunch of I don't know what.
Look at me.
Bro, that's not even the worst Mace image, bro. Keep going.
Oh.
It's when they're on the like the flying transports when Sebulba's flying by.
Yeah, look at these Oompa Loompas, bro.
Is that a
Ever played Jack for the PS2? That's what they look like.
Oh, yo, they do look like him.
Let me see. Oh, nice. What the hell? Street Fighter? What is this?
Mm.
This looks nice. The city looks nice. Is this it? The flying transport that you were talking about?
Yeah, keep going. It's a little bit down. He's talking to, I think, Depa in the image. Might be the next one.
Oh. Oh God.
Oh my God.
Here's your meme material.
There it is. There it is.
Oh man.
What is wrong with his face?
Bro, it's literally defined by this look.
Looks like he forgot to go to the bathroom before this mission.
Look, tell me if it's not the same vibe. Come on.
Yeah.
Oh no.
He's like done. He's so done.
Man, where's Brennan at?
Yeah.
He lied.
Oh, 3 hours. Dang. Well, this was the longest, the most issues we've gone through so far. I think.
In one single stream?
Yeah, I think so.
True. It would have been blood ties, but we did 4 and then 4 the next one.
Yeah, we did that.
Yeah,
I wanted
Emissaries
to
to Malastare is really long. Like it's 6 issues, but it feels like it's like 8 or 9.
It made me like take a break from the Republic line.
Emissaries to Malastare?
Yes.
Wow.
I don't know what. I don't know why, but
I like it when they go to Nar Shaddaa at the end.
that was the best part.
Yeah, and you know you get Quinlan shows up for like a couple of pages.
Hey, stay tuned for next time.
Yeah, and then what is the first one that Ostrander does? Is it Twilight? Because there's a noticeable jump in quality when he gets
Oh
on.
yeah. Yeah, I think it's Twilight. Yep. Prelude, Outlander, Emissaries, then Twilight. Then there's The Hunt for Aura Singh, which continues this story. And then Darkness, and then this has flashbacks, but the Stark Hyperspace War, Rite of Passage, Honor and Duty.
Yeah, Rite of Passage is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Twilight is phenomenal. Infinity's End I thought was really good. Some people really don't like the art. Hunt for Aura Singh I thought was also really good. And the Dark Horse Extra Heart of Fire, which is only a couple of pages, I thought that was also really good.
Infinity's End does not show up on this on Wikipedia. I mean, not that they're the.
What's crazy about
Here it is.
Infinity's End? What's crazy about Infinity's End is that it sets up Dawn of the Jedi in 2000.
Does it?
Yeah, it's talking about like Infinity Gates and like all the Qua, I think, like the Qua stuff.
Yeah.
Which is nuts. I've been telling people about this. You know, it's like the earliest you get where Dawn of the Jedi is like really defined is in the Essential Atlas in 2009. But before that, you have all these little references to it, like in KOTOR, Infinity's End, And there's a couple other little brief snippets that you hear about, like in the guidebooks and stuff.
Mhm.
And it's like, part of me feels like they had the Dawn of the Jedi thing planned out for a really long time.
Yeah. That or just John Ostrand yeah, he because he wrote both of them.
Yeah, he wrote Infinity's End and Dawn of the Jedi, I believe.
Yeah.
Wait, did he write Infinity's End? Maybe he did.
Let me see.
I'm pretty sure he worked with the guy because that's the first Quinlan. That's the first Quinlan arc after Twilight.
So he didn't. Um,
Yeah, Pat Mills, it looks like, wrote these issues. But I would be shocked if they didn't work together on them.
yeah.
I also think that Star Crash is pretty underrated, but I like
Yeah.
that one quite a bit, mainly because of the mech that shows up. But yeah,
If you like Legends of Zelda and if you like Star Wars.
yeah, man, that's basically how it is.
I need to know the behind the scenes behind this. I don't know. I know that Quality Autism wants to make it where the child of the Jedi and the princess gets with.
With Ken Palpatine, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
And yeah, something there. But yeah, I don't know.
you know what's crazy? I found out that the whole Ken Palpatine as Kent Hamner thing almost happened.
Did it?
Yeah, so somebody was trying really hard to make it fit together, and it just didn't happen.
Because I'm not familiar with Ken Hamner. Because he's a
There,
Denny character,
there,
right?
no. He shows up in NJO.
Oh, does he?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think he shows up in Edge of Victory first. I could be wrong.
Oh, okay. I just haven't gone through that.
Yeah, man, NJO has a lot of really awesome new characters.
Yeah.
One of them is so cool, he gets referenced in Legacy, which is, I think, almost exactly 100 years after NJO.
Really?
Who is it?
Yeah.
Ganner Rysode.
Oh, yeah.
If you know, you know.
I
What
don't.
I've heard.
I don't. I'm not there yet.
Oh man, you'll. I mean, there's a lot of movie moments that would like work really well on the big screen in NJO, and that is like the biggest one.
Yeah.
And I don't want to spoil it for you because it's really, really, really good.
Appreciate
From what
that.
I've heard, it's.
I mean,
No, don't worry, bro.
I had it spoiled for me before I went in, and it didn't affect my enjoyment of it at all.
Yeah. I was spoiled about Chewbacca.
I think everybody got spoiled.
Yeah. I mean, I read it in that visual dictionary as a kid, and I was like, Chewbacca does? Also, Luke turning to the dark side in
Dark Empire. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I was like, because you see him with like Sith eyes or whatever. And I'm
I
like,
don't think he ever truly turns, though.
no, but he's
Do what?
definitely.
Kind of.
It's,
I don't know if he
Kinda.
actually like truly.
he was
turned.
tainted enough to not fight Jason.
I think he truly turned, but he he was in control also at the same time.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you see this with Jaina, you see it with him, you see it with Quinlan. You know, it's like once you start down the dark path, you have to keep an eye out so that you don't like do it again. It's George describes it as like drug abuse. You know,
Yeah.
if you've ever been addicted to drugs, you know that you kind of have to stay vigilant and not like, not slip back into that again.
Right.
Um,
Which Luke used the dark side. He just didn't give himself fully to it.
right.
Which is
But
still enough to mess him
if
up.
you read Hand of Thrawn,
Yeah.
the Tim Zahn book, they talk about that, how Luke was pretty much holding himself back after Dark Empire, because if you read those books, he's really weak. Like he's not able to do a bunch of stuff like he should be. And then you get the Hand of Thrawn, and they sort of uh, pull back the restraints a little bit, and that leads really well into his dilemmas in NJO. But yeah,
Yeah. I'm reading, what is it? Lightsider right now. That's one of the books that I'm reading.
How many
And
books
like,
are you reading right now, bro?
well, I've got audiobooks, then I got physical reading, and then I do my comic books. So whenever I'm working, like doing yard work or chores around the house, I'll listen to the audiobooks. So I'm doing X-Wing right now. I'm at
Which one?
Back to War.
Okay.
how good is
I'm on
X-Wing?
Regis Gamble.
X-Wing is really
X-Wing
good.
is really good, bro.
Really?
It's really good.
I skipped it until
too.
the unabridged audiobooks came out, and then I was just like, I read 2 of them, I think. I like them with the new music, like the prequel music with the because whenever they talk about like the rise of the Empire, they play like the soundtrack "I'm So Sorry" or Anakin's Betrayal, and it's just
Wow.
beautiful. Yeah. Have you read any of them?
I have not. There's a couple. There's like 4 books in NJO that feel like X-Wing books.
Yeah.
The 2 written by Stackpole and the 2 written by Alston really get that feel. Especially the Alston ones. I have read I, Jedi, which is basically like an unofficial X-Wing book,
Right.
but I haven't read any
Cool.
of the actual books with the X-Wing title on them.
Do you like audiobooks?
I not really. I find it really hard to focus when
I gotcha.
listening to those.
I
I
gotcha.
have to read and listen to the audiobook at the same time. Because I have to like,
Yeah.
I don't know, bro. Unless I'm like doing something. If I'm washing dishes or if I'm like taking a shower or something like that, I
I'm
can
a
like listen to it. But
I'm a
I get
really
distracted
slow
too
reader.
easily.
same.
And so audiobooks help a lot because if I didn't have audiobooks, I don't think I would be as deep into the EU because I think the first book that I really dived into because like I listened to the unabridged Truce at Bakura, no, the abridged Truce at Bakura, and then like the Empire Strikes Back audiobook.
Right.
I listened to those as a kid because they were at the library. Listened to them all the time. And then whenever I was older, my grandparents got me Darth Plagueis, and
Nice.
I had trouble just focusing and reading it. And so I ended up getting the audiobook. And then I remember because I would listen to it in like during break whenever like I worked on a farm. And so I'd have them in and I just listen. And he, like Plagueis would talk about all kinds of things. Have you read it? You haven't? Have you?
Yeah,
read
I've read it. I've read it.
They dive into the Dark Lords, dive into all the stuff. I was just absorbing it. I was just like, oh my gosh, what is all of this stuff?
He talks about so much stuff. It's crazy. He talks about KOTOR. He talks about like New Sith Wars, which almost nobody covers.
He
He
talked
talks
about
about Tales of the
everything.
Jedi.
He talked about everything that had come out before it.
He even talks about Vitiate, and he like Plagueis dunks on Vitiate.
Yeah.
He's like, Vitiate's an idiot, which I appreciate because he is. But yeah, I love those parts of the books.
Like I just was like, I need to know more, and so then I went into the Darth Bane, then I went into Revan, and then I was just kind of a little confused with Revan, and then
Yeah, I'll be honest. Revan is my least favorite book of all time
oh
because of if you've played Knights of the Old Republic 1 and especially Knights of the Old Republic 2, he takes the characters in a wildly different direction than what those games set up,
yeah
and he kills off a couple of characters that um, what he kills them off in very disrespectful ways. Like one of them literally gets stabbed in the back, which was not fun reading about as a kid.
right.
But
Which
yeah,
I
I'm
didn't
not a
play
fan
them
of that book.
until I was older, because yeah, I didn't become a Star Wars fan until like 2004.
Yeah,
I was like 5.
that's about the same age as me, or same time as me, but I think I was 3.
I gotcha. And so like episode 3 was like the okay, now you're in this for life now.
Yeah, yeah,
I saw it in the
Pretty
movies.
much.
Yeah.
yeah. For me, it was the micro series.
Ooh, okay. See, I was able to catch the micro series before episode 3, and that's whenever I went, oh my gosh, they're connected, because Grievous was in the micro series. He took Palpatine. I was like, what happens? I need to know. And
Yeah.
they didn't have a new episode, and I was like, what is going on? I need to know what happens here. And then I see the movie, and I'm like,
Same.
like
I remember watching the Anakin and Ventress fight live when that aired.
ooh.
Oh
See, I didn't
my.
see that. I caught season 3 right before episode 3. Because
I think I caught everything from the the beginning of the fight on Mutilinst to the end. Um, but
which
yeah,
that's like the whole thing.
it was close. I think I missed the first few episodes because there was a thing with like Kit Fisto and Mon Cala that I missed.
Yeah.
And there were a couple others. But I remember watching the Grievous on Hypori fight live, which scared the crap out of me. Like I was so freaked out when I saw this big robot dude taking out a bunch of Jedi. I'm like, this should not be possible. This is not possible.
He killed Shaggy.
Yeah, he killed Shaggy. He tried to kill Kakruk. I thought Kakruk was gone, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. He put in the work. That was a freaky episode.
Yeah. Well, 1 second.
Oh. Do you play anything?
Video games?
Yeah.
Not a ton. I have a Switch and some Switch games that I play.
I used to play
How about
more,
you?
honestly. I mean, I used to play more, but now I only play if I'm streaming, to be honest. I used to play
Yeah.
like a lot, but lately I just haven't really been feeling like it.
Yeah,
But I've
same.
been playing like Starfield and Red Dead. Sometimes
Yeah.
Fortnite if some friends want to play. I hop on Destiny occasionally just to see what's up, but I'm not really playing that as much.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was playing
think
KOTOR.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no, I was playing KOTOR for my streams.
Nice, man. I love that game. I That
Yeah.
was that was the one where I was consciously aware, like, there's more stuff outside of like the prequel era to dive into. So I really got
Mhm.
into the EU with that.
I'm
Um,
not as much of a fan as of the Old Republic as I am of New Republic and Legacy.
yeah, yeah, I get that. I'm the same way, but as a kid, I didn't really know where to jump in with that stuff.
Yeah.
Um, like my cousin had Legacy, so we would both sit down and read Legacy with each other. That was really fun. Same with Republic. Um, maybe 5 years old was a little too early to be reading the Jabim arc, but we didn't know any better.
Nah, you
Yeah,
turned out fine. You turned out
yeah, I
fine.
turned out fine. But what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so like Old Republic or the Knights of the Old Republic games
Mm.
were the first time where I was like, oh, there's more stuff like away from the films. Because
Hmm.
you read even as far forward as Legacy. Luke shows up as a ghost. Mara
Hmm.
shows up as a ghost. So you're like, okay, this is still connected. But then you play KOTOR and you're like, this is basically a whole new universe.
Universe. My
Yeah,
favorite part of the Old Republic is like the new Sith Wars with like Lord Farfalla and stuff. That's like the most like interesting part of it, in my opinion, because it's
yeah,
like pretty different with like the Jedi Lords and stuff like that.
yeah. I actually haven't read Jedi versus Sith or the Bane trilogy, but I'm reading through Knight Errant right now, and that's really interesting
Hmm.
because
Yeah, I haven't really. No, go ahead.
yeah, it's
Hello? Oh,
yeah. Can you hear me?
yeah, yeah, I can hear. I can hear.
Yeah, Knight Errant is cool because it's the Sith are the ones in control, and
Hmm.
it's cool seeing the Jedi on the back foot instead of like the other way around, like it usually is.
Hmm.
And I don't mean like KOTOR Sith are in control. I mean like the Sith are in
Yeah.
control. Like they really got a stranglehold. Um, but yeah, the last game I played was Metroid Prime Remastered,
Hmm.
and that game really, really looks good.
I did you see that they're remastering Dark Forces?
Yeah, I did, man. I'm pumped for that one because I've never played that.
I There was a guy that did a remake of Dark Forces. He never finished it, but it was like basically next gen game.
Yeah,
Like I don't know if you've ever seen that, but it looked really good.
I haven't. I wish that they would finish it first and then put it out
Yeah,
because they always do like one level and they always get a cease and desist. And it's like, bro, what are you doing?
I
Like,
know,
put the whole
right?
thing out.
That's so
Yeah,
stupid though. Like I wish Disney wasn't so annoying about this. Like y'all don't care about the expanded universe anyways. Like why can't you just let people make what they want to make? Like
yeah, exactly. It pains me more and more every day that George didn't just make it public domain.
Man, I wish, bro. I wish, cause like I wanna make a animated series of the expanded universe, right? So
Yeah,
that's why I'm reading up on the New Republic stuff. I started from Truce. I had already read the Thrawn trilogy, Dark Empire, and I had read the uh Jedi Academy trilogy.
yeah,
And so I read True Sabakura, and I'm on my second X-Wing book because I just want to get the most important parts and like make a series inspired on uh Justice League Unlimited, like make that type of animation.
yo, that'd be really cool.
Yeah, I'm just reading up on it right now, and I want to get like animators to go ahead and do it later on.
Yeah, I think this book I'm about to mention, it gets some hate. I think it gets get on a little too much. But Courtship of Princess Leia, I think, would be really cool in a visual format.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have Dathomir, which is a really varied location. You have the witches
True
who,
Dathomir. True Dathomir. Not Filoni
yeah,
Dathomir.
yeah,
True
the
Dathomir.
real Dathomir, which is actually looks like
Not
a planet that could exist.
yeah, not Red Swamp Place. Not
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Nether from Minecraft.
yeah, exactly. But yeah, I think that planet, that setting could work really well in a visual
Mhm.
format.
Oh yeah, I
Um,
want to do like everything that's like essential, like even if it's not like super essential for the story, but it introduces a character that's like important later on. I still
yeah,
want to do that.
yeah.
Like
Crimson Empire. Well, I guess the comics you don't have to do, but Crimson
mhm.
Empire introduces Nominor, who's in NJO, very very prominently.
True. Yeah, I was thinking about that sort of thing with Finchisa, because Finchisa isn't really super like important, but
Yeah,
he's important in the like the Nagai invasion. And
yeah,
without Finchisa, there is no Boba as Mandalore. So, you know, just a
yeah.
minor.
There's he's in Luke Skywalker and the Shadows of Mindor as well.
Oh,
Who
I
is
didn't know.
he?
Yeah, he's I think it's Ben Shisa, right?
Yeah.
I love
Yeah,
Finchisa, man.
he's in Luke Skywalker and the Shadows of Mindor.
I love Finchisa. I'm actually gonna post a meme, a Finchisa meme tomorrow.
The Shadows of Mindor. It's almost like a Marvel Comics, but like novel, like basic.
Kinda. It's more like uh one of the old comic strips as a novel,
Yeah.
because he pulled a lot of inspiration from those old comic strips.
Huh.
He did pull from the Marvel comics as well, but a lot of it was from the comic strips and the like Brian Daly esque pulpiness he brought to it.
Yeah.
Where's Brandon at?
Oh no.
I'm gonna go to his house, tell him to get on.
We'll be his company.
We just show up for dinner.
Oh, he's labeled as Lord Mandalore Finchisa. That's how he's labeled on Wikipedia for Shadows of Mindor. Yeah, he's in
Yeah,
there.
I love him, especially with the white armor that he has in the Nagai invasion. That's drip right there. I love that
for
armor.
for real.
Well, they
The
reference
real
a
drip.
bunch of stuff in this. I kind of want to read this book.
Yeah, Shadows of Mindor is really good. Just make sure you read Shatterpoint first.
What's the
Shadow.
timeline on that?
Shadows of Mindor.
Mm-hmm.
It's I think 4 years. Wait a minute. Oh, geez, I
It's right
can't.
before Glove of Darth Vader.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah. It's right before Jedi Prince. It comes after Truce of Bakura, and it's like
Mm.
sandwiched in between a bunch of X-wing comics.
it's a 5 ABY.
Yeah,
Okay.
Luke is having like a moral crisis, like an
So you
ethical
have to
crisis.
read. You have to
I have
read
to read that.
Shatterpoint to read this.
In my opinion, if you don't read Shatterpoint, there's like 3 characters that are introduced that you will be extremely confused as to who they are and what their importance is. Also, Shatterpoint is phenomenal, so I think you should read that just in
It's hard
general.
to get through for me.
You've
Shatterpoint, like
tried
Mace
reading it?
Windu Shatterpoint, right?
Yeah,
What's
yeah,
that?
Okay.
Yeah.
yeah. Mace Windu is the main character in Shatterpoint.
Huh.
specifically, there's a Force user in Shatterpoint that is very powerful, and he shows up in Shadows of Mendor, and he is very, very strange if you don't know who he is.
Okay.
So yeah, I highly recommend reading Shatterpoint first.
Okay.
And if you haven't, if you read the novel of Revenge of the Sith, there's a lot of thematic uh, sort of echoes in Shadows of Mendor with Revenge of the Sith.
Okay. I haven't
Uh,
read it yet. I'm trying to finish the Clone Wars stuff as well. I've taken a break from that. Shatterpoint kind of stunted me a little bit. I don't know. Maybe it was the mood I was in.
Yeah, I've heard people say that Shatterpoint, like the early part, can be boring.
Yeah.
I didn't feel that way. I loved it from the first page to the last one, but just stick with it. It gets really good when Depa Balaba shows up.
Yeah.
That's when all the psychological like battles between the characters start kicking off.
Yeah.
When does Kanan Jarrus show up?
Oh, he shows up in chapter 13.
What about his son, Jason Sandula?
Yeah, he
Okay.
shows up actually in chapter 1 of Shadows of Mendor.
Yo, can we talk about how Ezra is literally kept to run? Like, bro, Filoni does not have one single original character. Like, to me, Ezra and Kip Duran are literally the same.
He
Except
has
Luke is better.
Cad Bane. He's original. Not really.
Even Ahsoka is just a mission.
Yeah.
Oof. You're right. Oh,
He
man.
doesn't have a single original idea, man.
Well, maybe it's like he came up with it by himself and then realized it wasn't, done before.
Yeah, right. You're not playing.
I actually I gotta go to bed soon.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, it's
I
getting pretty
forget
late.
today's not Friday, bro.
Yeah. But I'm gonna in the stream, and then I have that idea I wanted to run by you.
Oh, true. True.
So thank you everyone for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed our review and just deep dive into Star Wars Republic Comics Outlander. Goodbye.
Adios.
Bye.